Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
Tajigen, Ohio gozaimasu, is your favorite superstar, Maniac, the multi-dimensional Tajigen Khaiden, a sentient star cluster and many cosmic minds combine in VTuber V-singer form. Merry everything to everyone, Tajigen. Merry Crisis, Merry Christmas, Merry Chrysler, Merry Xmas, Merry Frostval, Happy Frostval, everything. Starlight Celebration, Life Day, I forget what it was called in World of Warcraft. I think Life Day is from ESO. From Elder Scrolls, that is. Merry everything to everyone, Tajigen. And an early Happy New Year, perhaps, because this is our last stream of the year. We ended with a nice Christmas Zatsudan, a holiday Zatsudan, to be more accurate, right? I was hoping to do what we did last year, which was to go for some Super Mario action, you know, on this day. It's like the perfect day for that sort of thing, but that's alright. We can do this instead. And yeah, it's our last stream of the year, Tajigen. I'll be saying it again when we finish it and everything, but like, we will not have any more streams for the rest of the year, and for a bit of early 2026, around the first week-ish, or a little bit under that, around the week that starts on January 5, we return to content creation, which is really not that long that we're gone. Or at least that's the plan. But I think, you know, it shouldn't be any further than the first, like, 7 days of January or so that we're not streaming at all. And I mean at all, not even the TSC streams are happening. So yeah. We are here on the last stream of the year, and therefore we should end it with a Zatsudan, like we tend to do at end of years, during the end of years, and just chat, looking back at the year, also looking forward towards 2026. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, let's yap. Bam. Let's switch to some Christmas lo-fi, some holiday lo-fi. Also courtesy of Stream Beats. Let's see how it goes with that. I might increase the volume of this a little bit, especially because it's lo-fi. We'll be tinkering with the volume a bit here and there. Is it okay? Yeah, I think it's at an okay volume. Not that long ago, I used this exact same music in Go, Focus with Your Avatar. Since I still have been like using that here and there. I mean, playing it sounds kind of inaccurate to say sometimes, right? Using it is a bit more accurate, it feels like. But Tajigen, I hope it's been a merry time for you. Whatever it is that you celebrate or you don't celebrate so far. And I hope it will be until the end of the year and beyond. For me, the holiday season extends all the way until the first week of January, you know? And I don't mean the first calendar week, I mean the first 7 days or so. Like around January 6, January 7, that's the time in which things slow down. I do something similar with Halloween, right? Extending into the first week of November and all that. Also, do I still have my morning voice? I'm about to have some coffee right now that I have right here, so that will probably contribute to that. But it is the kind of stream in which we lean more into the ASMR side of things, right? Taking it easy in this way. Yeah, you know, speaking of Go, I still wanted to do a stream regarding that. A co-work stream like that, but I wanted to be very ambitious and set up a room that you can join, but you know, it has to be a big room, and they don't offer you any pre-made rooms for that. And it would have been easier for me to work from a pre-made room for something like that, personally. But anyway. Let's go. I didn't realize I was making a pun there. You know, let's go to go. It's like Van Gogh. That's why it's G-O-G-H. Oh, I did get the Hatsune Miku DLC, by the way. That is nice. Oh, I wish they would let you put more than one avatar of your own in there, so that I would guarantee there's a Hatsune Miku in the room, because I still want to be in the room myself, but then I would have a Miku. Something like that, pretty much. There's a lot they need to add by now, especially as the game has become more popular, I think. I only discovered it recently, but I'm sure I'm not the only one just discovering it recently. I think it's become very popular. But yeah, it's been... Whoa, yeah, this is... I've never leaned into the chill voice as much as I am right now, am I? Have I? Is what I meant to say. I've been meaning to. Yeah, this brings me into the next subject I wanted to talk about. The reading stream is still pending. It was going to go towards this voice, kind of, I guess, depending on what we read, right? The reading stream was still pending, since I had some ideas of what I wanted to read, as I said, but I wanted also to make it be a vote, since there was no decision from you all in the chat for the subathon we did for Shadowbringers and all that. It's already been over a month by now, right? We did it late November when it was meant to be November 14, but you know, shenanigans. Yeah. Some choices I was thinking of. I was thinking of like in-game encyclopedia entries for games that have it. But we are not playing any games right now that really have much of that, do we? Because F14 actually doesn't have that. What we could do, and I was thinking of having that as an option as well, what we could do is to have the quest text of quests that have already been completed, and we do it from the game, from within the game. And that could be a really interesting way of doing it. If I do that, I'm tempted to make the category over on the purple dimension be F14. But on the red dimension, I would not put it as a gaming stream, that's for sure. Unless I guess we do pivot towards gaming, but I don't think we would. Oh, it would be good to go into for some ambience in a room somewhere. I guess I could, see, we need like a fireplace, right? We need a chimney, something like that, as furniture in the room. But I was thinking of doing my apartment, because I don't think the FC room is set up that much for that. But doing my apartment, I sit down. There's no reading emote I have of any sort, right? Otherwise I would do that. But I sit down and then I open like the quest texts that have been completed, and we read each and every one of them, as many as we can. Just going as far as we can, I guess. That would be one option. I was thinking maybe excerpts of my favorite book of all time, Star Maker, by Olaf Stapledon. Could be that, and I say excerpts because it would probably be too long to do on the entire stream. And reading a whole book like that also has its own unabridged audiobook existing. I don't know if I'm able to do that, I don't know. But it would be an idea. Other things are something along the same lines, like just going to an encyclopedia, a wiki for something. It could be for Final Fantasy as well, for F14, but even for Final Fantasy overall. It could be for anything else, really. I don't know. And part of me was even considering, like, since I want to get into Magic the Gathering soon, maybe reading card descriptions or the lore about a lot of them. Lore, and to an extent mechanics, maybe. I feel like lore is better, but about tabletop gaming D&D, since I've been hyperfixating on that recently. But there's also other things. There were other ideas I had, but I forgot what they were. But yeah. F14 would certainly be there, you know? Would certainly be there. Something Kamen Rider related, of course, I would be very happy to read. You know, entries in the wiki. One for every rider, maybe? Kind of like selecting parts of each wiki, each entry in the encyclopedia for Kamen Rider. We gotta normalize using the word encyclopedia more than wiki. You know, Wikipedia put the word wiki in encyclopedia, and then when more versions of that, when more like dedicated encyclopedias popped up, they took the wrong part of the Wikipedia name. I hate that. And I'm only realizing that recently, honestly. So I'm getting pedantic about it. I'm getting pedantic, Tajigen. Yeah, we really have to try having this chill vibe, this chill atmosphere, this chill voice, you might say, on a future cozy stream, like Fields of Mistria or Animal Crossing, because don't think I forgot. The New Horizons update is gonna come out in less than a month now. On January, in the middle of it. What was January 15 again? I'm pretty sure it's 15, but what day is it? The 15th is a Thursday. Okay. If we continue with the schedule we have now, and I don't see that changing really. I wish I could really do 4 streams a week, not counting the TSC streams, but things have gotten quite busy. Things are gonna get even busier. That's also why I need the time off right now to sort out a few things and also to rest, Tajigen, to rest. But I'll get back to that in a moment. But yeah, what was I saying about yeah, Animal Crossing? The schedule looks like it will still be like a Wednesday stream at a later time, not at the start time. Friday stream at around the start time, and then a Sunday stream at around this start time. A little bit earlier actually, an hour earlier than this, but that's a special edition anyway. Been a while since we've been live on Thursday at this time. Not that long of a while maybe, but still. Feels like a while now. These last 3 months of 2025 have passed by kind of slowly, and unfortunately it's not been a good kind of slow for me. It's like there's been good climactic moments, there's been good eventfulness, if that's a word, as I like to have on October, November, December. They are always the climactic, epic, exciting, amazing, hype months, and there's been things like that. The Game Awards recently, for example, but man, this year was tough on those last 3 months for me. All sorts of bad shenanigans happening that have just been just punches to my face, man. Also things that have kept me busy, that are neither good or bad, but there's been the good kind of busy as well. Overall though, I gotta say this year, not my best of years, not the best of years for me personally. Some very good things did come out of it though, and that cannot be denied. So there's that. So I'm hoping just to take it easy on this merry season, we shall see. I was gonna travel, but I will not actually be traveling. So you may still see me online on Discord, but I may not necessarily be doing something, right? I may just be taking a nap and I left the PC on. I did that yesterday. Yeah, I did that literally yesterday. It's like the 24th of December. It can be a good time for that, right? So yeah. Actually, it's been kind of bad. I feel like I need a nap every other hour until nighttime, and again with the human vessels, what's the word? Something cycle being messed up. I hate it when that happens. But to be fair, I have been sleeping later than I should, and I've already been doing that for quite a while, and I haven't even realized it's become very much a habit. Hold on, let me get some water. So much for an ASMR stream, huh? A reading ASMR stream? Pardon the noises if you hear them. Just making sure I really take this carefully. Yeah, on that reading stream, I'll probably be muting whenever I like clear my throat like that or something. But yeah, oh, the water helped out a lot actually. Not for that clearing I needed to do, but just overall. But yeah, I'm really going to come back in 2026. Man, it makes it sound like I'm gonna be gone for months, right? No. At most it's 3 weeks, if even that. It's gonna be 2-ish weeks, really. But yeah, I'm planning to come back, maybe with some changes as to how I approach some things related to streaming. The ex-Twitter place is getting a bit messy right now. Messier than it's already become so far. So the way I talk about stream-related things in there is gonna change as well. A lot. But over on Blue Sky, I don't think that'll change. Oh, actually, I should add Blue Sky over there to the icons on the upper right. I have some other work to do today, but I'm gonna set it as a to-do. I'm gonna put it in my notes here. It needs to be added at this point, I think. But yeah, I mean, TikTok is there, and I haven't actually uploaded any shorts there, any TikToks in forever. That's something I really want to get back to, but it's another story. It's another story, for sure. It's hard to find the time to be doing any sort of editing like that. I mean, it's about time I gave myself a channel trailer for the Purple Dimension, right? I think it really is about time for that. But yeah. The reading stream is pending, and even a stream completely of your own choosing, Tajigen, is pending as well. And of course, the Wuthering Wave stream that Alluring wanted is pending. However, that's gonna be a difficult one. Again, I gotta clear the space, which is over 100 gigabytes, and it's actually very heavy on the PC. And yeah, the PC upgrade saga needs to happen. I've been doing what I can to budget, look at financing options, this and that, but it's still very difficult like that. There's a reason it hasn't happened for a while, right? What you did for the subathon has helped a lot, but even that is still not enough, unfortunately. That's why, again, I call it a saga for a reason, because I think the way it needs to happen is that I gradually buy each part one by one. Although I kind of need to hurry because apparently prices are going to rise. It's kind of a mess. But yeah. Like, it gets complicated, right? Because I may need to change my motherboard because it's not compatible with what CPU or GPU I went for, this and that. So the biggest priorities are those two, CPU and GPU. I would say 3 because I need at least one SSD that replaces my current operating system SSD. Because it's a 240 gigabyte thing. Got it years ago when SSDs were even more expensive than they are now. Way more expensive, now they're so affordable. But yeah, it needs to be a 2 terabyte M.2, whatever it's called, SSD I think. Because the one I have is actually not an M.2, as it's called, that you just put onto the motherboard like that. Basically. I would like to still keep the 240 gigabyte SSD, just, I don't know, putting some games in there. If I have Wuthering Waves in there, that's gonna be almost half of the entire bloody drive. That's the funny thing. You know, I may actually... We've been doing Where Winds Meet on the TSD Dimension. There were some unfortunate issues with that, and as much as I did like the game, I might just uninstall that, and that's what's gonna help clear a lot of space. Also, some internet frames dropped. Oh, and then the internet situation. I don't even want to get started with that. Sadly, things have been as solved as they can be, which is to say, they haven't really been solved. I'm not gonna go into that too much, because then it's gonna remove the positive vibes of this stream, I feel, but... And also, I've spoken about this ad nauseum. Over the course of 2 weeks, it's already been a while since those 2 weeks happened, but it was a period of 2 weeks in which we got 3 tech visits. They changed the cable outside, they changed the coaxial cable, I think it's called, it's a different cable than the other one, they did change from outside, they changed the modem twice, I changed my internet cable, they did some other checkups, they changed this, they changed that. Sadly, it still didn't get solved. It's a bit better than it was before, that is for sure, but also... It's still RNG. It's still RNG on how it's going to behave on the stream. It seemed to be a bit better off the stream for non-upload speed related things, mostly, but it's still failing hard, and like, it's something that's been going on for a while now. It actually started on January 2024, so it's like a 2-year journey of pain. But it's like it was happening more often than it should, right? And that's why it's been like every 3 months or so. It's like a seasonal bloody thing. And okay, it's time to change it. It's time to do this. It's time for the seasonal phone call with the ISP. And it wasn't like this before, right? Because, you know, we've been with this ISP service for years, and I mean years. But yeah. Eventually, it just got at its worst during that 2-week period about a month ago or so. And it's awful. Nothing got really solved, and sadly, one of my worst fears came true, you know? One of my worst nightmares, that it's just something that can't be solved. You just have to kind of hope the storm doesn't come to you some days. That sucks. I wouldn't wish it on any streamer. No streamer deserves to have this, man. But anyway, as I said, we're going out of the positive vibes because it breaks my heart, man. Hopefully it does get better. Just, I don't know, just crossing my fingers, hoping for the best. It's the best I can do now. Just have to just like sit there and hope it gets better. Unless it does get worse in an egregious way again, which does warrant another phone call. So many bloody phone calls I've done this year. We can't count them with one hand. We may not even be able to count them with two hands. But that's okay. I've rewarded myself. I've gotten compensation with my gaming systems. Thank goodness for those. Though, you know, I'm actually taking a rest from Habirika. I might be doing the same from Finch. Because these are also meant to be like vacations, like resting time. Although, well, it's kind of that, but I kind of also have some other work to do that I'll be working on. But yeah, the way these last 3 months have gone have beaten me up so badly. I need the rest, Tajigen. And a part of me wants to keep doing the streams, but for many reasons I need to rest from the streams as well. It's just gonna be a bit anyway, or at least that's the plan. Because then we'll continue. What may, if the PC upgrade saga does happen properly, and by properly I mean we get all the parts and now I take it to a tech that, you know, replaces them, moves the operating system to a new drive and all that, and the PC gets upgraded. If that happens, then yeah, it's gonna be a week or so without streams because it's being, you know, I have the PC being upgraded. I may do some tests. I'm probably gonna want to do some tests to double check everything is working all right before I even do a live stream, stuff like that. So yeah, that's important to note. That's very important to note. But at this rate, it will still be months at the very least before that happens. Although I am worried about rising prices, potential rising prices, and all that. But yeah. Let's go back to the chill voice. Let's go back to the chill voice, shall we? As I'm waking up more, as I'm like yapping more, getting more passionate about what we yap about, as I do. It's not just that I'm ranting about tech woes and scuff and shenanigans or what have you. Nah. It's not that necessarily. Let me recenter myself though, because I'm getting all off center here. Or not the way I want to be centered. Something like this? Something a bit like this? Or not? Wait, let me see. Is that centering good? No, I think it's not good actually. I get so damn particular about this. Finally, when I can do the live to the upgrade saga, that's a whole other saga, right? It's gonna be a different story. But yeah. Yeah, that's always been the plan. After we're done with the PC upgrade saga, it's a live to the upgrade. Ooh, yeah, because I've been with this look of mine for over 2 years now. We do what we can, you know, we do what we can with the budget we have. We may just reach 3 years. But I'm already kind of losing the date. I think it was the 8th of October or the 10th of October of 2023. I know it was October 2023. I just don't remember exactly what day in October it was. I think it was the 8th or the 10th. But yeah. One of those dates right there. Or around those dates. Around those dates, right? But yeah. I'll see if I can also chill out playing games and stuff and this time off. That's still pending things I wanted to do that were off-stream things, as I call them, for FF14. I would love to get a bard caught up to the levels of Shadowbringers. Now it's no longer making it catch up to level 70 though. It has to be 74. That's where we're at right now with the MSQ. And also, yeah, we are leaving it at a cliffhanger until we return fully to the streams. And again, it's not that long of a hiatus, if I can even call it a hiatus, right? On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a Khaiden Taji stream. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a Khaiden Taji stream. There it is. Nice Gengar emote. Good to see you, Moody. Merry everything to you. Merry everything. Happy holidays. And it's our last stream of the year, Tajigen. Nice voice. Oh, thank you. I'm kind of intentionally making it be more of a chill voice. Yeah, Merry Chrysler. Yeah. Merry Chrysler indeed. But yeah, you know what I need to do, Tajigen? I mentioned this when we were doing that collab with Alluring last week. I've been having some weird mouse issues. I changed the mouse and I actually just returned to it. I insisted on returning to it. It still kind of does a double click mistake, but I might buy a new mouse. I don't know. I'd rather not. They're way more expensive than I thought they were. But you know, I needed to have at least some side buttons because I've gotten so damn used to them, and I really have become so dependent on them. And the problem with the previous mouse is that it still works, has those side buttons, just fewer, but the right click doesn't work. I wasn't able to like move the camera like I wanted to. And something weird happens. It happens here and there. I can't get a good grip on my mouse. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I need to get one of those booba mouse pads. I know they're not for booba, but you know, the ones that have like the thing for your wrist that tends to be booba. If it's a model, a VTuber model or something, I need to get one of those. I used to have one of those, but then I was like, I don't like the grip it does on my mouse. So like the same thing, right? But now it's the other way around. Something feels wrong, man. And I changed to another mouse pad I had, but it's really weird because the other mouse I used with this mouse pad is able to slide so smoothly through it, but then when I went back to my MMO mouse that was having that double click issue, that still has it actually, I just kind of blew into the mouse and that kind of helped. But I just blew into the mouse, so that sounds so funny. But you know, like you, that sort of thing. You did hear that, right? Yeah. I put a bullet journal I used to have, a notebook I have, which is really nice. It has this nice space, starry, nebula pattern to it on the cover. And I have that as the pad on top of the pad because this mouse pad, it just kind of jams itself into the mouse pad. Sorry, this mouse actually gets kind of jammed in with this mouse pad I have for some reason. I thought the mouse pad was all wonky, but apparently not. I don't get it. It's a really, really annoying thing to have to worry about, but I'm gonna change some things around my desk maybe. That's the plan as well. Just hoping to take this time to chill. Because the flame on this candle has been burning more than it should, maybe. Something like that. So yeah, taking it easy as much as we can. Although, as I said, there's some work I'm doing as well. There's only so much that can be done. And those will need the time. But, as I said, it's only about 2 weeks or so. Let's take a look at the calendar, see it a bit more specifically. But yeah, I feel like I really can't play MMOs. I can't play anything with like a mouse and keyboard right now. I can't even play Minecraft, it feels like. You know what always feels annoying to me? Whenever you have to like pick the mouse up and then set it back down. It always is like taboo for me. It feels something is terribly wrong if you have to do that. And I've had to do that for years. And I hate it. So I always try to set it up in a way that prevents that. But yeah. You're supposed to hold the mouse in a way that lets your wrist fully rest. I never hold it like that because it actually feels worse to me when I do that. Like, I hold it further into my desk to ensure the wrist is resting. But that doesn't work for me. It just feels wrong. It feels like I don't have enough space. Maybe something with the desk. Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting about that. But yeah, well, yeah, a week from now is the 1st of January 2026. Yeah, I mean... It's not gonna be that long out of it if it really is, let's say our next stream is on January 7. It's not even 2 weeks. It's not even 2 weeks that I'm out of it. So yeah, I can't even call this a hiatus. Yeah. I'm probably gonna maybe make it be more like guerrilla streams for that week. Or it's barely 2 weeks if we have the next stream be on the 9th of January, which is Friday. Because, well, I'm probably gonna set up a Heaven's Turn collab with Allurin. And they already announced when it starts. It starts on December 31st. I already took a look at it before the stream, just for a bit, on the lodestone. So yeah, my usual voice is returning, isn't it? Okay, let's speak in a more chill way, shall we? The funny thing is, the more I speak like this, the more I speak kind of like being chill and all that, the more I get sleepy. It gets me sleepy. Hey, if it gets you sleepy as well, then okay, that's good, but it gets me sleepy and then it's like, I don't have the energy for the stream, I don't know. Something kind of like that. But yeah, it would be, yeah, just like a week and a half off. Yeah. Yeah, it's the last stream of the year, but it won't be that long before we have a stream again. I think that's the way it's gonna go. I would like to get back to like adventure quests, you know, the original adventure quests, and go for Frostfile gift delivery. Here and there I go back to it. I keep saying I want to keep doing it every single year, but I don't. I would like to return to it. I would like to return to it for sure. Also, I think we can lower the music of that stream beats lo-fi music a little bit. Xmas lo-fi. But yeah, relaxing vibes is what it's all about right now for me. As I'm going also a bit haywire also with like what I was doing with gamify systems. I did tell you, right, that I was starting to use currencies that I have in there. Haberica Gold, for example, for opening virtual card packs, which is still really cool, but I actually haven't done that in a while, and it's like, right? I was trying to think of other things to do with that goes beyond something like Haberica, but I couldn't think of anything besides that. Or well, what I was starting to do actually, Tajigen, was that I was just kind of coming up with my own currency, just keeping track of it in some notes in Obsidian. Obsidian is a software you can use for that. I'm just using it for that, literally. It's nice because I can make the currency have a picture, right? A starry snowflakes, or at least it's meant to be for December. And keeping track of tasks I do, and boom, giving them a value and all that. But also being casual about it, because that can easily become a chore in itself, and we don't want that. So it's always it's gonna be a bit loose around the edges, let's say. But it's okay. It's okay, and it works out, right? And I was using it for gaming time, like gaming time off the stream, that is not related to a game on stream. Like, for example, okay, I need to make sure Monk is at level 74 to ensure we do the role quests on the stream. Then that probably wouldn't count as gaming time, or it would be halved, or something like that, right? Or, yeah, there's no decimal numbers, there's no percentages. I'm just keeping it simple, right? But I struggle to think of other things to do. Oh, you know what I was starting to do as well with that? See how I'm getting excited? See how I'm getting excited? It's typical Khaiden Tajigen experience, okay? It starts lo-fi and then it goes into ADHD yap mania. But anyway, I was starting to... Did I mention this on a stream before? I think maybe I did. I was doing a sort of currency exchange with Minecraft things. And I had to create a whole new world for this, because the first Minecraft world I did, that I need to get back to after many updates they've done. They added spears, for heaven's sake. I was out of the loop on that one. Because, lost a train of thought there. Because the first world I did had no cheats at all. I guess I can modify a text file or something to add that, but I don't want to do that for now. I had a nice seed waiting where I wanted to create a new world, and I did. One that is pretty much right next to some stony peaks. And it was great. The problem is... Man, the problem with that world was that I haven't been able to find any sheep. So I haven't slept a single night for so long, and those phantoms that chase you when you don't sleep for at least 3 nights are always there. So nighttime, I just have to wait. Or maybe cheat and use daytime already, but that kind of beats the purpose. Because I do have cheat codes enabled. And also, I didn't find sheep because there's wolves everywhere. That's partly the reason why. But anyway, I let cheats be enabled, or commands be enabled, I should say, because there's an exchange rate I was doing, like 100 of the currency is 1 diamond, 10 of the currency is 1 emerald, which I thought at first was too generous, but it works out, actually. It works out. And I've yet to use the emeralds I've gotten from that, because I haven't encountered any wandering traders, and I remember there was a village nearby on that seed, but I haven't been able to find it yet. I'm not gonna cheat to find it. I'm just gonna try to find it the old school way. It's stony peaks surrounded mostly by jungle biomes, and I don't want to get too far from where I was, you know? It's good to have that Minecraft experience again. But anyway, very different from that first world I did, because the first world I did was in beach biomes, so it was all about just swimming around. Well, not swimming, boating around. Sailing around, and it was the first time I ever played Minecraft, and I got so lost everywhere, and it was so great. I love that. That's the way Minecraft should indeed be experienced. And it's funny how I got lost, because now I look back at it, having learned it better, and now I know how to use coordinates, so there's that too, but it's like, how did I even get lost here, right? But the world seems a lot bigger the first time. It's like, oh man, it's just nostalgic to think about. And it was just last year. It was on the 9th of September of 2024 when I first started Minecraft. It was great. I kind of wish I would have shared it on stream, but it was so amazing how immersive it ended up being. So, believe me when I said it was a great experience. We did end up streaming that world at some point. It might be there in the Tajigen archives. Come to think of it, I might need to back up a VOD or two into the Tajigen archives if I haven't done so already. We did lose part of a stream, which was a VOOP chat section of the stream, since I didn't back that up. Because now streams are multi-dimensional, so they don't necessarily need to be backed up on the archives anymore, because they're already by default on my YouTube channel here. The Tajigen Archives is a separate YouTube channel meant just to archive the streams on the Purple Dimension on Twitch. After this year, this year saw the big VOD exodus because they limited what you could do with highlights. Maybe I should have never used highlights like that in the first place, but still. We were able to salvage pretty much everything. What hasn't been salvaged yet is still there, is still here as a highlight. I just haven't exported it yet. And there's also others I downloaded because they were too big or different kind of stream, or they still need to be uploaded manually. Those will take longer because I'm uploading them from my end. And so, yeah. And some of them I need to cut. The problem with cutting them, I use DaVinci Resolve for that, and then I don't know how encoding or any of that works. I have to do it in a way that prevents them from becoming bigger, because they become so many gigabytes bigger than the original file was, and this is just one half of a stream. It shouldn't be like that, but it is kind of like that. But yeah, the 14-hour subathon we did for Shadowbringers, we'll also have to go to the Tajigen archives, because no way we were going to do that over in the Red Dimension as well, right? That one also, it's going to, it's already split. That's the funny thing. Otherwise, if I split a long stream like that, it has to be by first highlighting it on Twitch and then exporting it to YouTube like that. But right now I'm actually at that limit where I can't even do that. That's why I also need to export the others. They're not meant to stay there indefinitely, you know? I think we still, do we still have the Mario stream from last year or no? That's on the Tajigen archives. But yeah, the Super Mario holiday stream. Hey, a part of me maybe is glad we didn't do it this year, because then I don't get to suffer with the higher difficulty levels. It was the original Super Mario Brothers we did, right? Yeah, that worked out. And then Super Mario Brothers 3 is what I was thinking of doing this year. Either the original 8-bit version or the All-Star 16-bit version. Either one works out for me, I think. Mario Maker is always an option there. The thing is, I think I wouldn't go for the more recent games. Well, first of all, because I don't have them, but also because they would be way longer, right? To do on a single stream, a single Xmas stream, a single Crisis, a single Chrysler stream. But yeah, this year has had a lot happening. It's crazy. I saw my Steam recap or whatever it's called, and Stardew Valley was like one of the top games, but I haven't touched that game in forever. In the very early part of this year, Stardew Valley was still big. And the first stream we did this year was a Stardew Valley stream, starting year 5. The obsession finally died down this year after it started last year when I first played the game. Yeah, I think it was on the 30th of March. I think I remember the exact date, but Stardew Valley, I'm gonna have to like shake off a lot of rust. Oh my god, that's crazy. The last time I played it was the 29th of March. It's even longer ago than I thought. That's insane. Fields of Mystery is the one that we did more of, right? But, so from March 30 of last year to March 29 of this year, that's like 365 days exactly. Or almost exactly. Well, okay. It's not like I did play it every day, but almost every day. Yeah. Playtime right now is at 258.2 hours. But yeah. I still haven't even started dating Juniper in Fields of Mystery. But the Animal Crossing New Horizons update, we definitely need to check that one out. And again, it's 15 January, and that is... Oh no, I'm looking at February. Thursday. Yeah, I think we would just continue with Final Fantasy Friday. I don't think we're gonna have a stream on Thursday for that exactly, but yeah. Doesn't have to be on the day itself. Mostly what I'm gonna do with that update is gonna be terraforming, although I wanna check out the new Captain like service, which is kinda similar to Happy Home Paradise, funny enough, but yeah. Oh, there's no shortage of things we can do just with the Happy Home Paradise. I miss that as well. I miss a lot of New Horizons. I gotta mostly avoid it though, because I wanna really change the layout of Tajigen Island, and I still wanted to insist, you know, on having 8 characters. And that requires, well, I still need to decorate more with my second character, Karen. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. The name Karen is a good name, okay? Just memes are funny, but I hate how it's more associated with the meme for managers and stuff right now. But that's Karen with an I instead of an E at the end, you know? It's fancier. I'm thinking of Kansuki Karin from Street Fighter. Karin Kansuki. Right? That used to be a name I considered for like my Rule 63 self, my female self, before I settled on Katrin. Because, you know, my initials are KT. It's like saying Katie. So if I'm Katie, then I'm Katrin. Only that is spelled in a particular way to preserve the KH at the beginning. And I was actually leaning towards Catherine, spelled like Catherine Janeway, but no, the H should be moved next to the K at the beginning, just the same way. And I am so clever. I am so clever. And then it's still with 7 letters, you know, because it's spelled Khatryn. That is 7 letters, right? Yeah. So yeah, I am just such a genius, Tajigen. So I'm waiting for the Rule 633 gender bent Khaiden Tajigen art. Katie. I'm waiting. I gave you my cat girl self. Where is the art again, Tajigen? Actually, I should have some fun with like pick crews and stuff. I should do that. Of course, if I could, I would commission this. And have fun with it. But yeah, I would love commissioning my Mikote self as well. My Mistral self, my cat girl self, I should say. I'm technically not Mikote, right? But yeah. If I do play FF14 during these times, and that is my plan, then I should wear the holiday outfit no matter what I'm doing. I was hoping also to learn the other classes better. Just I'm gonna have to do something about my mouse grip situation. Like, oh my god, I can't get a bloody good grip on it. It's like, it all started that fateful day in which I had a mouse pad that had the thingy for the wrist, right? That become bots or booba on some versions of it. But I was like, I don't know if I like the grip it's making me do on my mouse. And now I'm realizing maybe that was better. So I'm gonna return to one of those. And it can be on top of the mouse pad I already have. Actually, let me see. I'm curious. Let me get an idea of the price that would be. What the price for something like that would be. Like with wrist support, right? Okay, yeah, there's some basic ones that... No, yeah, I did wishlist one that was even purple. Like it had a purple variant. And that might just do the trick. We don't want to cheapen out too much on it, because then the wrist support... Yeah, I'm seeing some that have a very thin wrist support. Like, okay, I don't have a very chunky wrist or anything, but still, that seems a bit thin. Considering. But a lot of things have to change on my desk. My desk is a freaking mess, Tajigen. As it is for somebody with ADHD. But I need to change the locations of some things. And I think it can be changed in a way that works. We can certainly do that. Hey, there's a traditional song. Jingle all the way. It's been nice though, being able to have this time off in this way during the holiday season and all that. It was my original plan to also travel, but that didn't quite work out because of certain like things I need to look into, things others need to look into. But believe me when I tell you, the plan is still to rest plenty, and not being that far away from my computer, my beloved computer, there's still things I'm gonna be able to do that are happy. Maybe I will learn to play Magic the Gathering already by the time I return. Magic the Gathering Arena will be a scheduled stream. I still meant to do another Master Duel stream, follow up from where we left off on that last Master Duel stream. I need to play that off stream more as well. I didn't buy the premium duel pass or whatever it was called, right? It's good that I didn't because, yeah, I think I missed out on the rest of the rewards. So we need to always keep at least 600 if possible though, and I think we didn't do that, right? To have the next one. Because I should not spend any money on Master Duel. Oh, no, no, no. Absolutely not. Yeah, after all this time, I still haven't spent any money. Let's see. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. How many hours do I have? And when was the last time I played it? Ooh, yeah. December 5. The stream... Oh, yeah. The stream was earlier than that, I guess. December 5, huh? Okay. New selection packs available. The end of guild. That was November 25. It was already there. Oh, new event, Triple Tactics Talent. You will predict which 3 monsters cards will be chosen at random via a raffle. What the hell is that? I want to play that. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. But yeah, my playtime is 448.3 hours. The thing is, a lot of that is very idle time. Just waiting for the opponent to do their thing on their turn. It's nice for multitasking. I'm not kidding when I tell you I read books while playing that. And that makes it sound bad, but to me, it's actually enjoyable, switching between those back and forth. It's nice to, like, go back to reading something in the lobby of a game, right? I would do that sometimes with Fall Guys. I need to return to that as well. And I would do that, and I've been doing it a bit with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Oh yeah, Nights, the Nights into Dreams DLC. Well, free update. It's a free update. The update for that has released. It released yesterday, and today... Later today, the festival will go out. Yay, I forgot. Pac-Man, I think, is not gonna come out this month anymore. Probably to start the year, maybe. It's this month, but also not this month, I guess. Depends. Wednesday is December 31st, so yeah. It will technically be this month, but then the festival will be at the very start of 2026, but that could be fun. I swear to you though, Tajigen, I want to do a guerrilla stream maybe. Just doing whatever during this time. Watch out for a potential guerrilla stream, but otherwise, yeah, I won't be doing any streams. And I again, it's not gonna be that long. At most, it's gonna be 2 weeks, and maybe not even that. That makes me say no to a guerrilla. I can't be without streaming for long though. It doesn't feel right to me not to stream for so long. This year also reminded me of that because... earlier in the year, what was it, around May, things got kinda hectic for me. And so we didn't have a stream for something like this, right? It was like a week or two as well. So yeah, that changed. That changed for sure. Actually, let me see something about my schedule here. As we just chill. Am I capable of keeping an ASMR voice, or am I always just gonna get excited about what I talk about? Like this. Well, ASMR is maybe not the word for it, but the closest we've got, really. Okay. Sorry, it wasn't really related to the stream, but I wanted to see some things related to my schedule. I think I want to try buying another one of those mouse pads though, with wrist support. See, when I see the pictures, the way you're meant to grab a mouse with wrist support like that, I guess maybe I need to change some things on my desk, because having the mouse placed that far into the desk is what doesn't work for me. But I need to start getting used to that, I guess. Maybe I was used to it. I realize... Yeah, I didn't finish the train of thought earlier. This is what I wanted to say. There's supposedly mouse grips, right? One in which you grab the whole thing, which is the grip I thought I had, and one in which is more of a claw grip. I was starting to do the claw grip so much because that kind of mouse pad requires you to do a claw grip, basically. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that I was doing a claw grip. And for the kind of MMO mouse that I wanted to use, it didn't feel right. it didn't feel like I should use that because I'm gonna need to push the buttons a certain way. I'm gonna need to, but yeah, after changing away from that, I need to stop using that mouse anyway because that mouse pad, I mean, and that was years ago. I needed to stop using it anyway because it was old. It was already like worn down. It wasn't, but yeah, I just went without that. I guess eventually I did get used to it. Oh, I'm seeing some cute designs as well. Oh, there's some design that have like the paw, the toe beans for like a cat or a dog. That's so cute. I should have realized that was that design. I'm seeing some with like a grid pattern, very gamer-like. I should get fancy about it because I'm seeing the prices for these that have like a, yeah, there's one with a Van Gogh pattern. I'm seeing a pattern, a gradient, something, right? Some art to it. Yeah, they're not that expensive. Oh yeah, and I had a mousepad that had RGB. You know, one of the different ones. It's the one I have right now actually, where it extends horizontally, probably throughout the entire desk, right? I had that, but then it stopped working. The RGB itself stopped working, and then yeah, then now it's become very worn down, and I don't use it anymore. There's even some that come with like a thing for your mug. Oh, there's this really cool looking one with like a purple dragon design that I want to buy, but it's a bit more expensive. No. Let's not go too haywire. No need to go that far, for heaven's sake. I guess that's gonna be my Christmas present. Oh, Santa, be nice to me. I mostly behaved this year, right? I think I have mostly behaved. I think I have. Sorry, getting distracted by a few things I'm seeing here, but alright. Oh yeah, we're going into the first hour of the stream. Mostly wanted to mention the games we've been doing. Yeah, I started mentioning Stardew Valley and I got sidetracked. I still want to return to Stardew Valley. First of all, I need to have a better grip on the mouse. Okay, a more comfortable grip. Maybe I am settling onto a position that works here. As I told you, I actually don't have the mouse directly on the mousepad. I set it on top of a notebook. And the cover of that notebook. I don't really use it anymore, so it's okay. And it looks really nice. It's a starry pattern. It's just a bullet journal. I forget what it was originally meant to be, a bullet journal. But I forget what this was called. Like this model. Actually, let me see if I can open it. It's Peter Popper Press or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. And I still have many blank pages in it. Still can use them for things here and there. It was nice though. When I did use it anyway. ADHD going brrr, you know? It's been fun doing things like theming months. I'll talk about the games again in a moment, but something I really tried to keep doing this year, and I mostly did actually. Yeah, I mostly did. Maybe the entire year I did. Was to change like wallpapers around me based on themes that are going on in my life right now, right? Maybe even listen to music that is related to it. Although I do that by just going into the games I play, right, and listening to the music they have, but also off stream, I mean. Give me a second. Alright. Like, for example, my wallpaper on all my monitors on the PC, that's one. I could make it be a different... Pardon me. I could make it be a different one per monitor, but most of the time I'm not looking at the wallpaper. Most of the time I have a window on top of it. So it might as well be the same on all three of them. Otherwise, I probably will not see at least one of them. I won't see it enough, right? So that's one. Another one is on the browser. I actually use Chrome more than anything off stream. And I have Firefox for the stream because, I don't know, I got very used to Chrome, but Chrome is very heavy for the stream. Hell, even after doing the PC upgrade saga, I'm not gonna stop doing this because Chrome can get crazy. And I have a lot of extensions to be fair, but even without them, it's just infamous for that, right? But I have it set to that on Chrome. So it's that's a second wallpaper. for the home page, the home tab. Then also related to Chrome is one I use for my Google Calendar, which is the main calendar I use. Maybe that's why I favor Chrome as well. I don't know. But there's an extension that works on Chrome really well that allows you to use a custom background for your calendar. And that's the one I change every week or so. Because this change happens every week. And yeah, I have some holiday wallpapers right now for this week. Next week is gonna be probably holiday, but more about New Year kind of holiday. Like the background we're using right now. Especially the golden version of this background that it switches to here and there. Yeah. I think it's switching back to the purple version, right? Yeah. It works out so well. So Sino.site, Okumono, they have such great backgrounds right there. They're so perfect. But I change it in that calendar right there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but it's okay. It's an extension, you know? The fact that the extension still works is great. Really cool stuff. And then I also have my phone background, but only the home screen. The log screen, I have the late queen that passed away earlier this year, our beloved doggo Donna. Because I was changing the lock screen until she died, until she passed away. And so I'm like, she's gonna stay. She's gonna stay as a lock screen. Yeah, when I said the year was tough, that was part of it, right? My beloved, precious thing. She was the best, she was the best, she still is the best. Her brother, the king, still remains with us. And I'm like, oh, I am like spoiling him so freaking much. So freaking much. But, and I could go on and on talking about doggo things. But yeah. Going back to what we were saying though. That makes it be 4 wallpapers there, right? Yeah. Yeah. And I think I like to do also is change the font for the notes I keep every day, which is fun. That one is less about the theme and more just about a different font, right? And a weekly change I think is good. A weekly change is good. You know, I actually used to change that calendar background from that extension every day, but I'm glad that stopped. It's not like I'm using it's not like I'm looking at the background literally all the time either. So that's, you know, we don't need to change it that much. It's important. It's important to note that. So yeah, that's the way we've been theming things this entire year. At least 4 wallpapers or so. Something I liked to use before was Wallpaper Engine. But again, because I don't really leave one of my monitors, one of my 3 monitors on the desktop that much, it doesn't do much for me. It was fun when I did use it though. I have a lot of hours in the damn thing. I still, let me see. 718.5 hours. Because it's something you just leave very idle, right? But yeah. And of course, I'm not gonna have it on the stream. I recall I had some streams where I had it in the background and that like worked as its own background. It was actually really, really cool setting it up that way. But alright, let me take a quick bio break here. Also take the opportunity to like run the 3 minutes of ads in the purple dimension, ensure pre-rolls are not on, okay? I'll be right back and continue yapping. Maybe I'll go back more to this relaxed voice. Let's take it easier, alright? Be right back, stay tuned, Tajigen. Omatase shimashita. Thanks for waiting, Tajigen. Let us continue chatting. Continue with the Zatsudan. It's nice to just return to the screen right away, right? It's like a lot of the time, it's just a starting screen for the stream, an ending screen for the stream, before the starting soon and the ending soon screens themselves, right? But no. We've had plenty on this very same screen so many times, haven't we? And we continue to do so. So yeah. Where were we then? We were talking about wallpaper engine, this wallpaper engine, that. Yeah, Stardew Valley being big on the start of the stream. Actually, let me see the Steam recap. I'm just gonna say what I see out loud. Did I save the image? I'm not sure if I did, but the Steam replay is what it's called. Okay, you might hear it make some sounds. I'm not sure, but yeah, 27 games played. So thanks to the things we were doing in the Team Selfie Gaming streams, the TSD streams, there were a lot of new games we checked out this year, which is not how I usually do it per year. Usually it's a lot of budget to worry about, right? But yeah, 75% play with keyboard and mouse, 25% with controller, which surprises me. Schedule 1, Fields of Mystery, Sonic Racing Crossworlds were actually the top 3 games. Schedule 1 is kind of funny. I was hyper fixated on that for a good chunk of the stream, of the year. Not the stream, pardon. But yeah. And yeah, I mean, 63% of my playtime was new releases. That surprises me. Farming Sim and Cozy were like the top categories for me. That's crazy, that's crazy. But yeah, my playtime in Schedule 1 is like huge on May and June. Then it's very, very reduced on July. And then it's pretty much non-existent after that. Fields of Mystery though, April was the peak of that. I can see that. Yeah, it was rising from January, February, March, April. And then it's gone down since, but I still want to go back to it more. Crossworlds, I went crazy with it in October. There hasn't been that much in December actually, but I still want to get back to it more. The hyperfix for that has died down a bit, I have to admit. Stardew Valley, yeah, after March, it's gone. And I played quite a bunch of it on March as well. Go focus with your avatar though, that started in November for me. Yeah. It's kind of bad because it kind of buried Spirit City, lo-fi sessions for me. I just like being in company, in the company of people. It's just nice. If Spirit City ever gets an update like that, then yeah, I'm gonna be all over that. I would like them to also update something where you can add like a portrait or something where you just add your own PNG, your own image, and that can be inside of that. That's been so nice with Go Focus with your avatar. There's this game called My Dream setup that also allows that, but yeah, Go is even better because, you know, you have like the whole focusing, the whole co-working thing, body doubling thing almost. Body doubling, man. That can do so much good for me. But yeah, Stardew Valley, Fields of Mystery in January. February saw a bit of Sonic Adventure DX. That's when we started it, right? Oh yeah, we finished Knights of the Old Republic, and then it was Sonic Adventure, and then Pokemon Violet came after Sonic Adventure. That's how it actually was. Or was it? No, it was both of them. I still wanted to go for Sonic Adventure 2. That was still in the plans. Just we haven't been able to get to that, have we? What still remains as probably my favorite game of all time. Or it's top 10 and it's never gonna stop being top 10, I can tell you that much. If anything, it should get its proper build up, right? But yeah, a bit of Lethal Company was there. I probably did something in a collab or just play with friends or both. A bit of that game I mentioned, My Dream setup in March. Stardew, Fields of Mystery, and Sonic Adventure DX continued there. And okay, a lot of Fields of Mystery in April. A bit of RuneScape Dragon Wilds, we checked that out. Sonic Adventure DX. Other games like Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree, which I checked out. It seemed like a very well done game. Just not my cup of tea because I'm not into high difficulty situations like that. But I'm glad I played it. Schedule 1 started in May. And oh yeah. RuneScape Dragon Wilds was great though. I mean, that goes into the higher difficulty part of it, especially when you're solo. But I like that a lot. Air and Shore, which I need to return to. The single player MMO, basically. That game is so freaking clever. Underrated gem, by the way. Date Everything in June. Wait, has it been that long since Date Everything released? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel returned for a little bit in July. Uma Musume started for me then. And I just haven't picked it up. Uma Musume. I missed out on a lot. I missed out on Spooky Shower. You know, Halloween Rice Shower. And man. Yeah. Peak started in August for me. Haven't played that much of it, but also quite a bit of it. More than I would realize, I guess. But yeah. I had a playtest for Racing Cross Worlds in August also. More Uma Musume there. That was really the last time I did Uma Musume. Feels So Mistress still showed up a bit here and there. That was the biggest game of the year, I would say, in terms of how present it was throughout the entire year. Otherwise, I would say Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, right? Wow, November had a lot of games. Go, Cross Worlds, SpongeBob Titans of the Tide, Where Winds Meet, Megabonk, which already was there some previous months. Beat Hazard 3, which I returned to. I need to go back and play more of that. Arc Raiders, which was a great game. It's a great game and all that, but sadly doesn't work well for the stream. It's very heavy. And then December now. Now it's been able to log December. Your Steam replay, I think, does update to reflect that, or I think it finishes on 14 December. Hasn't been that long since I saw it. It sucks because it doesn't take into account the last 2 weeks of December of last year. I don't like it when recaps do that. But yeah, otherwise Marvel Cosmic Invasion is there, Terminator 2D No Fate, underrated jewels right there too. But okay. That's most of the Steam replay. But when it comes to the streams, yeah. We've done other games as well, of course. Pokemon Violet. We started and finished it. If we left anything unfinished, it's catching the legendaries from past games that you can only get from Blueberry Quests and group Blueberry Quests. I still have a few group Blueberry Quests pending, and it's still the plan to go back to that. But first we gotta finish Legend ZA, including the DLC. But yeah, this entire year, we were able to finish Violet. It took us over 20 streams. When was it that we started Violet? February or March or so? And when was it that we finished it? September maybe? Just a little bit before Legend ZA came out. So the timing was actually great, right? Oh man, I'm almost certain on Pokemon Day, this 2026, they're probably going to announce Gen 10, and Gen 10 has got to be Switch 2 exclusive. I don't see myself having the money for a Switch 2 anytime soon, so the Pokemon games from the Switch 2, they'll have to wait. For sure. Hopefully the PC upgrade saga has happened by then, but you know, well, now after that, the next budgeting will have to be for the Live 2D upgrade saga, that sort of thing, right? That's what's gonna be different, and so I don't think I'll have the money for a Switch 2, though it's probably gonna be cheaper by then. But yeah, when I first got this Switch, it was not when it came out, but it wasn't that long after it came out either. It was a year and a half later. It was late 2018. And the Switch came out early 2017. Pretty much a year and a half later, you know? That's how it went. And so, yeah. Now, in general, I may not mind, you know, waiting to play a game, but I feel like we gotta strike while the iron is hot, so to speak, and play them not long after they get released. Your mileage may vary though. It may work out just fine for a lot of reasons to play it afterwards. I feel like it did for Pokemon Violet, for example. I feel like it did. So yeah. We still have some pending things there. And well, maybe some multiplayer competitive stuff would have been the thing we did, but I phrase it like that because by then we'll have Pokemon Champions, and I think it would be better just to play that instead in multiplayer. But I may still, you know, train the Pokemon in Violet, and then it gets transferred into Champions, or Home and then Champions, something like that. Depending on how Champions makes use of Pokemon Home, the game is free to play, right? But it's pretty much gonna require you to be subscribed to Pokemon Home, to have more storage, to be able to have anything significant, let's say, going on in Champions with your teams. I'm not sure. Oh, by the way, I have been playing Legend CA off stream recently. I have actually been doing that. And I leveled up the Kalos starter trio. They're in their 50s now. They're almost... No, they're reaching level 16. They're pretty much caught up with everybody else, so we may use them a bit here and there. And I did do some online battles, and I got the Chestnutite. All three of them can Mega Evolve. It's great. Still want to get the Excaliburite. That's mostly a DLC thing. Actually, what is the price of the DLC again? I'm gonna have to keep that in mind as an expense. At this rate, I think we'll only have to worry about buying that in February. Yeah. But yeah, Legend CA and F14 Shadowbringers, we kind of left them at a cliffhanger at some point in the story. With Shadowbringers, we still had the Monk role quest pending, and I still wanted to insist on doing the other Either Current quests on the stream. So that's very important. Very important that we do that. I mean, Either Current quests and Either Current adjacent quests, basically. As a matter of fact, I need to take some notes regarding that. Since I'm obsessive like that. I am starting to keep handwritten notes for some things, as I said. I was already doing that, but now I'm doing it even more earnestly, let's say. Yeah, freedom from privilege. I have it written down right here. It's like there's some novelty, right? In like doing handwritten notes. But then I get tired of it because I'm like, oh, this is so slow, I just want to type now. But it's nice to handwrite them. It feels cool. It feels fun. You can tell I'm not in school anymore. You can tell the human vessel has stopped being in school for a little while. I would argue nowadays, I guess maybe it depends on how you do things or your school rules or your culture. I don't know. But nowadays, high school to me, or anything equivalent to high school, depending on what it's called, kokose, I don't know, is the last time you're really gonna be doing handwritten notes as a requirement. College, that changes. You can just have a laptop or a tablet with a keyboard, stuff like that. For a test, for an exam, yes, you still need to write it, but like essays, you know, taking notes in class as well, you don't really need to. It's really become, it's way more optional to handwrite them. Truly. Part of me wants to try something like learn shorthand or something. I feel like it could come in handy. That's not saying, you know, that, ooh, the futuristic year 2025, handwritten notes are not happening anymore, but yeah. No, they still are a thing. In many cases. A lot of interpreters have to use them. It's still a part of the job. But what was I gonna say about the notes? I forget. Something else I was gonna say about it. But it's just kind of nice. As I said, I still had like some blank pages in some notebooks I still had lying around. So that's worth noting. Oh yeah, in this notebook, so I was actually using a palm-sized notebook, that mini, big, small pocket thing, for some notes. But now that I'm like, okay, I'm actually gonna have more notes written down, I went for a bigger size. I forget what this is, but it's not like a college ruler, a college notebook size. I don't know what this size is called. Let me see if it says right here. Well, I mean, it tells me by centimeters. I don't know if this is the one that's called French. 14.8 by 21.0 centimeters and other numbers I can't quite read, actually. Yeah. Oh, it's French. Yeah, it said it right there. Okay, there it is. French notebook. Lined. Yeah. And so, yeah, the thing I use is a bullet journal that is a dotted notebook, actually. It's also French style. Yeah, Italian style is a very horizontal looking thing. I've used all of them at some point in my life. Happy to say that, I guess. I don't know. But like, yeah, a lot of notes are taken that way. I would love to get myself a tablet. I can't justify a purchase like that, though, but I would use it as a monitor of sorts during the stream in some way. It needs to be set up somewhere, though. I would love to use it as a stream deck, but the things you use for a stream deck, the things that replace a stream deck, the apps that exist, many of them I think are also official. Like there's an Elgato stream deck, they also have an app for it, but to make up for the fact you didn't buy a stream deck, they have a subscription model for that. So that's what changes it. But I mean, I gotta see what they have for free on that, and maybe start using it with my phone. But I haven't been good at charging my phone recently. The phone doesn't actually charge as it should sometimes, I feel. But I have it at a good battery amount right now. It's at 90+%. Supposedly you're meant to keep it at 80%, but I think it takes that into account when it charges all the way to 100 or so. So yeah. It's just needed. It's just needed. I'd rather just charge it up as much as I can. Try not to overcharge it, but these days phones, even if they're plugged in, they have some sort of system to avoid getting overheated, to avoid having the battery messed up. I think it's just like an urban myth now. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. I may be speaking out of my ass, not knowing what I'm saying here. But anyway, going on another tangent. I mean, if there's any time to go on a tangent, it's now. Today is the Zatsudan, the yapping stream. Merry everything. Merry Chrysler. Merry Crisis. Happy Frostfile. Happy Christmas. All of that. Starlight celebration. Be merry. Be jolly. Man, I can't remember the last time I actually had a candy cane. Well, sweet. A candy cane candy. Or anything, a variation of that. I should have one of those. I do have some of that, what was that bread called? I'll be having some of that later. Fruit bread? Fruit cake, that's the one. I'm one of the few people on the planet that apparently like it. I'm like, I don't go out of my way to get it, I guess, but like, if I'm given that on Christmas or whatever, oh yeah, give it to me, give it to me. They're just really weird, right? Because they can last for so long, they end up becoming very solid. I'm thinking of Adventure Quest as well, where they made jokes about them. There's like a spell where you throw fruitcakes at the enemy. I think it's water damage you do on them, and it's like that's the thing, that nobody actually eats those things. They just use them as doorstops or something like that, or I don't know, right? And that was a whole joke. And they were also fruitcake like related weapons and things. That was amusing to see. Yeah. That was for sure amusing. Pardon. Give me a moment to stretch here. Say no stretch, redeem needed. Alright, going back to what we were saying, what we were talking about, the games of this year. Yeah, Pokemon was a big one. We finished Knights of the Old Republic only this year, right? Took several months, took several streams. Especially when there's a week or two that don't have those games, then it takes longer. It tends to be mostly a one stream a week affair for those, since we still want to showcase other games. It's still very important. Which is why I want to be able to have more than 3 streams, ideally, but also for resting time. It's very important for me to have some days for resting. Saturday, for example, is one in which I would like to have some extra time for a stream or 2. But yeah, I need the resting time after we do like the TSE stream, which is a 4-hour affair usually. That's still a thing. I don't think that schedule is changing in 2026. Some things related to that might change soon for the TSE streams. I mentioned it on the stream we did on Tuesday for that. But yeah, very, very important to note right there, Tajigen. Some things will change. Again, I'm making it sound like I'm gonna be gone for at least like a month or so. For like 2 months. No. It's at most 2 weeks. And I mean, I still have a presence. I was hoping to have clips or something to upload or during the time and all that, but I don't think I do. Still. I'll create what content I can, you know? Let's create content and do all of that. I will say though, on X Twitter, I'm gonna change the way I start doing some content there, because some weird shenanigans are going on over there. The way I announced the stream today, the way I'm gonna do the post-stream tweet, and all that, is gonna be different. So yeah. Sorry, and yeah, I'm getting distracted as I'm seeing, yeah. Ooh, yeah, like I'm seeing, now it defaults to the For You feed rather than the following feed, but anyway. Oh my god, I'm seeing somebody pull a 4D chess move on something they're doing. Oh, this is really freaking funny. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so distracted by it all, sorry. But yeah, there's some weird shenanigans going on over there with updates and stuff where I have to change how I'm like saying some stream related things and other stuff like that. That is just gonna be different. Actually, let me check something else regarding that. One more thing I want to change here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Anyway, where were we again? Well, let's just talk about whatever comes to mind. As I said, Tajigen, it's been a tough year. Let me finish my coffee here. But a year with many great things. The way I've been phrasing it, and I'm like, oh, I'm such a genius. Sasuga tensai desu, kono ore-sama. Kono ore-sama wa. The way I've been phrasing it is like, there's been a lot of explosions this year. A lot of them have been bombs. A lot of them have been nuclear bombs dropped on the Tajigen HQ. But a lot of those explosions have also been fireworks. When your life is filled with explosions everywhere, take a look at them, because chances are more than a few of those may actually be fireworks. Just celebrating, just make things better and happier. And that is indeed what went down for me this year. Just mostly personal things, but I mean, also things related to the stream. We achieved some great objectives. You got me, has it been 2 Twitch paychecks or so? At least that you got me this year. One of them was very recent thanks to the subathon. We got to 600 followers over on the Purple Dimension on Twitch. Now, because of potentially a bot or two being caught up in there, it may go down from that number. But, I mean, we achieved that. That's the thing. It's a Taji Christmas miracle. Yeah, indeed, Moody. Indeed. And so it's great. Actually, yeah, because it was at higher than 600, but then some followers disappeared. I don't doubt somebody actually goes and unfollows me. I'm not gonna pry, even if I could. You can't even see that. Maybe there's some tool out there. I don't care. I do never want to see that. But no, mostly that happens because a bot followed you, and then they deleted that because, you know, they saw the bot got detected by Seribot, which has still been great, by the way. My dear Seribot, thank you to the creator of that. But what was I saying? But overall, yeah, it's something that kind of goes through the cracks a little bit. But sometimes that's why follower counts kind of flicker a bit here and there in a weird way. Oh yeah, we went for over 500 subscribers on YouTube. That was a big moment, right as well. I think Tajigen is a cult and Tajiman is secretly killing followers, but I can't prove. No, Moody, what are you talking about? Sometimes somebody needs to explode into a supernova. But I'm not saying I'm the one propitiating the explosion. Propitiating, is that even a word? Am I saying it right? I'm not the one doing that. Who says that? No. What is propitiating? Propagating? Propitiating? It sounds like a legit word, so I'm just gonna say it. You just guide them through. Exactly. The thing is, when you explode into a supernova, you become an even brighter presence. But when a star becomes supernova, maybe not. Propitiation. Yes, I was thinking of the right word. Though the spelling that I was having in my head was different than that. I was thinking it's a T instead of a C in the middle. Okay, that works though. Propitiation. We're propitiating. Or rather, I'm not. No, I'm not. Oh, you just made that up? It looks legit to me. I don't know. It works either way. All words are made up. All words are made up. It's all made up. It all started with funny rocks and funny fire and wood and and now we're here, you know? It works. It works. It works either way. Just a bunch of grunts to communicate between cave people, right? And now we're here. I wouldn't know though. I'm a star cluster in human-ish form. But to take this human-ish form, I gotta know that history, right? And all that. So yeah. Sorry, getting distracted by like notifications and things I'm looking at. But yeah, good fireworks this year. 500 subs achieved on YouTube, 600 followers achieved on Twitch. Takes us a while to achieve some of those numbers, but what matters is that we get to them, and you are all making it possible, Tajigen. Thank you so much. The subathon happened recently, right? But overall, the entire year, there's been no shortage of subscribing happening over on the Twitch dimension. Like supernova, explode, like not at least we don't have a month go by without some stream having a subscription happen at some point. And I say my usual spiel, you know, you have ascended into supernova. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for that many months, etc., etc. We're killing it. But of course, I feel like we got to step up the game. We got to do even greater next year. In many ways, ever since 2022 or so, there has at least been something very major per year, even if it doesn't seem that way. And sometimes I gotta remind myself of that, going on with the stream. That I have been growing the stream ever since then. Feels like things kind of slowed down this year, and to an extent in 2024, but they didn't. They didn't. It's just some of that is behind the scenes stuff. And even behind the scenes stuff I can't talk about, but there has been growth. Like, you know, already, like, I'm mentioning the Twitch payment, right? Not gonna say the specifics of that, but, like, I mean, there's some other behind-the-scenes stuff of that nature, potentially, that is like, oh, wow, this has been absolutely freaking great, and I am so happy to say it. The career has been going well. However, we still need to step up the game, though. We still need to step up the game. A champion wins a championship, they still gotta defend the championship, right? I will be the F14 heavyweight champion. I know, I already know the latest content has something like that. I just don't know the details. It's apparently some sort of synthwave, futuristic sci-fi, cruiserweight heavyweight tier. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but it looks really cool. But I can't look too far into it because of spoilers, right? So much for the chill ASMR voice, seriously. We are far away from that already, aren't we? But yeah. I'm just really hoping I can find more room in the schedule for things and all that. But there's some other work I do. There's some other work I do that also has to take my time. And actually, yeah, again, without going into details about that and all that, the day job, let's call it. Yeah, what are Taji plans for 2026? Let's talk about that, Moody. The day job. New MMO. Oh, goodness. I don't think so, Moody. I don't think so. New gacha. If Wuthering Waves works out, maybe. There's a day job, quote unquote. What to call it? Let's call it the restaurant job, the call center job. Oh gosh, that sounds depressing. Just like a sort of generic name we can give it. The office job. Let's call it. Let's call it the salaryman job, right? As I told you, I consider this a job in many ways. See, what I do for Team Selfie Gaming, in many ways, is like a job. It's something in which I agree. I represent the brand for Selfie Gaming for the live stream side of things. They have also a lot of people that work on the website as writers. Some of them that also work as, you know, shooting footage for videos for gameplay and all that. I'm the official streamer that does that. And that's also why I have a different form and it's a bit different there too. It's pretty much a job. It's pretty much a job in many ways. But yeah, I mean, I get paid for this. I refuse to call this a hobby. And I don't mean in a try-hard kind of way. It's more like, to me, my definition of hobby means that if you're intentionally monetizing something, it's no longer a hobby. Though it may sound very stressful to say it like that, but for me, it's the definition. If it's stressful for you, then yeah, I can see why the definition wouldn't fit, right? But to me, that's how it is. That's how it is. You start painting, and then you're like, I'm gonna go out of my way to sell these, even if it's just 1 out of 10 of the paintings and the other 9 are for fun. It's not a hobby anymore in my book, you know? Becoming a simulation VTuber only playing simulator games. Ooh, depends on what you mean by that, Moody. I mean, cozy games, life sims in a way, Fields of Mystery fits that category, and we want to return to New Horizons at least for a little bit. For the ambitions that are coming back, thanks to the update they're doing, which is still insane to think that they're doing that, but anyway. The office job, I'm gonna try to increase the hours for it because it's also gonna contribute towards the PC upgrade saga. But I want to do it in a way that doesn't affect the streams too much. Really, it's just gonna be, you know, doing my best to keep my best energies. This is also why I need to rest extra, because in theory, I'll still have the time for the streams, the way I'm planning to do it anyway. But the energy levels are gonna be a different story. You know, the B word, burnout, is gonna be a different story. So I'm gonna have to do it a certain way. But hopefully it works out. I made a specific plan, and it just means I gotta be even busier. I'm already so busy, also because I'm bad at time management. But if you find that I don't do that much, you know, off-stream activities, especially with the games I play and all that, it's because of that. It's because of that. More coffee. Oh yeah. Though there should be a limit to that. Hey, my tea is still the thing. More energy drink. Oh no. No, I actually went a bit harder than I should have. Not that long ago with energy drinks that I had to stop. And see, the thing is, I didn't do anything too crazy with them. I had no more than one per day, but I would have one pretty much every day. But also I had caffeine, and I never had it at the same time as the energy drink. I would let there be hours in between, but it would be the same day in which I would take some coffee and or tea, just even making sure they are several hours apart. And it's one energy drink per day, no more. I'm not mixing them in with coffee or tea at the same time, no. But it was still too much. I can't go into the specifics, or I won't go into the specifics, but you know, there were things that were checked with a doctor that is like, okay, you should stop this, Mr. Tajigen, you should stop this. And so I did. Had to pull an all-nighter and then travel the whole day. Had 4 monsters in one day. My sides hurt so much. Oh, dear. Yeah. Everybody's body is gonna be different. Everyone's body, that sounds better. Everyone's bodies are gonna be different and all that, right? And I've already been someone that's taken like quite a bit of theanine and caffeine and all that. And I've always, well, not always, but for a long time now, I've set limits on them. So yeah, like even with the limits, the energy drinks are having issues on me. So yeah. That's the issue right there. I feel like I could return to them now. It's been long enough, but I would still have to limit the hell out of them. Maybe only once per week or something like that, you know, and even that might be too much. Just very occasional thing. And if I do have them, I ensure I don't have any other caffeine. Ultimately though, it's better this way. It's better this way because the energy drinks effects sometimes just last a little bit. I remember before I was taking them regularly like that, one day I took one energy drink before I was doing that habit that eventually I stopped, right? That I just talked about, 1 per day or so. I mean, 1 per day. 1 per day. I never took more than 1 per day, I swear. I took one energy drink, or at least most of it. You know, the can. What was it? 300 milliliters, I forget. I went to sleep. I went to take a nap because I'm like, oh, the energy drink is gonna keep me up. And I slept peacefully for 3 more hours. So it's like even then they weren't maybe doing that much for me. I had to be specific about the way I took them. Basically, I took them like first thing when I started the day to ensure I would wake up, but I was taking them while also sitting on my bed playing a game and letting the wake up start to happen to me. Oh, also, that was all before I started taking ADHD medication, which I take now as well. It's nothing to do with that. It's not really like one is going to cancel the other out or one means you can't take the other. It's more that the ADHD meds also wake me up quite a bit. They also work in that way. So the energy drink would just be overkill at this point. Things like coffee and tea, though, they certainly are not. So yeah. But yeah, the office job, I'm hoping to increase the hours. It's very hard for me to go for a lot of hours in a row on that. It's the kind of job where like there may not be much breathing room in between tasks. I mean, in a way, it's not that dissimilar from a stream. In a way, I don't have a lot of breathing room. The difference is I love doing this. I'm not gonna say I hate that office job or anything, but I also don't love it, don't like it. You know, it's a big difference than what I'm doing here. But like, yeah, in a way, it's not that different. It's like there's not that much breathing room. I maybe have the bio breaks in between, but it's not like I'm gonna have it be 30 whole minutes or so, right? That would be extremely long for a BRB screen. This is a different monster, baby. This is a different story. But I love doing this. And so yeah. I'm gonna have to see what I can do to increase the hours of that office job. Is gonna be necessary if we really want to go forward with the PC upgrade saga, especially if prices of PC parts are gonna rise. Because, oof, man, yeah, AI data centers, technologies of these internets that I don't understand. I don't know, something like that is what seems to be going on. Who knows? They say a bubble will burst. I don't know. AI can be amazing, it can be so beautiful, so freaking cool, but also it can be terribly overused and misused, in my humble opinion. It's not a topic I approach a lot on the streams, and I still don't want to approach it too much, but mostly that's my opinion on the whole thing. I don't think it should ever be abolished, you know? I don't think it should ever be, like, removed from the world or something. It's so freaking cool. It should be used more, but also, you shouldn't use it like that, you maniacs. In a specific way it's used or overused. No, I think it's that thing where like it's being forced into Windows 11 too much, and potentially a browser is gonna force it, and it's like you got AI on top of the AI on top of the AI. What are you doing here? This is just overkill. See, it's like the energy drink on top of the ADHD meds and then the coffee. It's not gonna do anything at that point. Right? But anyway. There's a lot I don't know about the topic, so yeah. AI can mean so many things. I will say this one final thing though. We need better terms for like video game usage of it. Generative AI is maybe a term, but that already can be kind of loose because AI in video games, you've had them since Pong, the first ever video game. That uses artificial intelligence. Can't even say the word right. Like, that uses artificial intelligence. It's been there from the beginning. You see what I mean though, right? But yeah. I just hope the PC prices don't rise too much. Back when I first got some of these PC parts, crypto mining was like one of the bigger things. It still is a thing, but not as much as it was back then. And so some prices were high, mostly GPU prices. And so, man, what a mess, what a mess. You have NI, negative intelligence, mood. Yeah, maybe I have NI. It sounds very similar to saying AI, right? Yeah, NI. I am AI. I am actually idiotic. That sounds a bit too self-insulting. Didn't mean to say that much like that, but there you go. There you go. Oh, have I been AI all along? I bamboozled you. I bamboozled you. I made myself look dumb. It's just hallucinations, maybe. But anyway, the day job, the office job this, the office job that. And see, that increase in hours, there's a particular way you can kind of change your hours instead of picking more up, because sometimes there are... the way you pick up hours on that job, you know, it's about availability, some others trading their hours with you. there haven't been that many available lately. So the other thing I can do is just give them more times on my schedule, which I already did before, but I'm gonna have to do it again, even more so now. But there's only certain times of the year in which you can do that. So that's really only gonna start really going into what's the word? It's really gonna start happening in February and like late February or so. So it's still not something that's gonna happen for a bit, but I guess it depends on what else I can pick up and all that. Yeah, on the office job. Let me have some water here. And so that may potentially alter the schedule even further. I'm doing all sorts of life hacks and like things I can do to just make a lot of mundane things, whether it's that office job or not, more enjoyable for me. So again, the gamified systems I talked about and all that, right? Many things of that nature. A lot like that as well. Very important to try going for that harder. Oh yeah, Task Hero, this app that was also very gamified, that I haven't picked up in forever. I left it because I was having too many of those. I am considering picking it up again because they finally launched a web version of that. It's still like beta, but you can sync your account and everything. I'm gonna have to log in on the app on mobile first to remember what my account was, if I had any. It's probably my Google account, I don't know. And sync it to the web app, because that's gonna be a lot better for me. Now, I wish Finch would also get a web version. Finch is still great though, it's still amazing. I love the way, I'm hoping to get some money for that one too, so that I can subscribe to the premium version. But that one, it also has its downsides. They all have their upsides and downsides. That one works better if you're doing it in terms of self-care. Unlike a Habitica, or I don't remember if Task Hero had this, I think it didn't. It doesn't have like the option to create something like a habit that you just check off, you tap, you check every time you're doing it. Like for example, drinking 1 liter of water. Like the water I've been drinking now. That's one I do. No, you have to create it as a to-do, and then you check it off, and then it's gone for that day, or it's not the same thing. Some of the things are better off being different, you know? And I don't think there's such an option on Finch, and that limits things I can put into it. But, and also it's meant to be more for like self-care things. Though I also put other things that are not necessarily related to self-care, like something related to work. I don't know, I do the thumbnail for the stream and the announcement for the stream, and that's a task, but not necessarily self-care, right? But it still, it deserves a reward, maybe. As an example though. But what is great about it is just the way they have themed seasonal passes every month. This month they had one based on Nutcracker. So you have a Nutcracker outfit, you had a Mouse King outfit, and a Sugar Plum Fairy outfit. You are able to get more pieces of that when you are a premium member or a plus member. I forget what it's called. You know the drill. You know the drill with those subscriptions. And you're able to choose more colors for the outfit because they have all sorts of different colors for it. They tend to choose 4 free colors. I was lucky that the November pass, I think it was, purple was one of those colors, but it's not one of those colors for the free version this month. But yeah, you get one at random, whereas it's more guaranteed you're gonna get every piece of every outfit on the premium subscription. And a micro pet as well, and it's like, oh my god, it appeals to me so much. All the different colors as well, or at least getting the purple version and or the black version and or the white version of each outfit, since those are gonna be the colors I favor, though I may favor others as well. But you have this little Finch burp, right? This burp friend. The outfit is for your friend right there, and there's also furniture to decorate a room. Oh yeah, the furniture was also based on Nutcracker, Fairy, Sugar Kingdom stuff. Yeah. I've seen the Nutcracker before. I've seen it live. I've seen a version of it live, you know, from some local ballet group. It's been years since that, but yeah, I don't really remember much of it. I never actually got the plot. I just knew the Nutcracker. There's also toys, but really this past that Finch did don't made me aware of like the Mouse King, the Sugar Plum Fairy, that sort of thing. You know, that's a different story though. That's a bit different, but it's a lot of fun. It's like it makes me get inspired to kind of try doing that with my own gaming systems. But again, there's only so much they can do without anything like that. Give me a second here. Bam, 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 bam. By the way, not sure if you noticed, but we looped the playlist. We went through all the songs, and I just had to have it loop completely. How many songs are these? This is a Stream Beats Lo-Fi Christmas. It's 30 songs. No wonder we had to loop it, yeah. I might loop it again in a moment. We'll see if it stops right there. But yeah. And yeah, I want to get more into Finch. Sometimes it does feel like it's a chore though. And only so much can be done. You reach a peak for the day and then you're done for the day. The subscription ends up being more expensive for me than I would like it to be. Whether it's the yearly payment or the monthly payment. I'd rather take the monthly payment right now. But even that is too much. What you can do is enter a raffle where somebody can sponsor you. They can give you a free subscription for like 1 month, which already can be a lot. Can do a lot for you. And so I entered the raffle. Just haven't been able to be chosen. Actually, like when I entered, it was November. And it was at a point in November in which they said, okay, you're in the raffle. If you win the raffle, you'll be notified on December 10th, they said. So it's like, it would have been a perfect birthday present, right? But it's amazing because you can go and do that. You can go and pay for somebody else's sub. I think you can do that for a friend you have on Finch, right? But it can be somebody random. Just somebody that's in that raffle. And that's so freaking cool. You are called a guardian. You get like a special guardian thing. You do get some special like cosmetics, I think. Not many, but something special there, right? And yeah, just every time they keep celebrating the Guardians and more people keep like sponsoring people on Finch, and it's great. The money goes to the developers and they deserve all the freaking money because they do so great. And I want Habirica, I want Task Hero, I want them to start implementing a season pass system because they really need that. And it's an easy way to have like, all sorts of games do that. There's a free version and there's a more premium version, right? It's so easy to encourage subscriptions like that. And I get that by just like cleaning the floor, decluttering the desk, taking out the trash. I mean, showering for heaven's sake, like drinking 2 liters of water. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And yeah, the novelty of a new thing every month or so is just so much freaking fun. If I had time, I would love to like, I don't know, try doing like a pick crew. I thought about it. Like maybe I spent a certain amount of currency to get a free pick crew of myself, as much as I can make myself look like myself in that pick crew, but one themed around the season or something. But yeah, that's a bit different and it's too time consuming. I want it to be a reward that I receive automatically, right? It shouldn't be one in which I consume that much time. It's a different story. But yeah. But those games are underrated. Those kinds of gamified systems, apps like that are underrated. I hope we get more of them. Pokemon Sleep is also a thing that made me get more into them, and I haven't even picked that up in forever. My phone has weird charging issues here and there, so I'm not able to have good battery for it at nighttime anymore. But yeah, it's something I used to do, even it was great. But then it was actually turning out to be too much of a time investment, Pokemon Sleep. Because you still want to do things at daytime, you know, to get your rewards, do your things with your Pokemon. Oh my goodness, just talking about it makes me miss it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can go back to it. I'll see if I can. Pokemon Sleep was such a genius idea. And that one is based mostly on sleep, if not only on sleep, right? And it can be great. I miss it so much. Hopefully they add just as many Pokemon as they can, you know? We need more and more and more of them. They do have stats of some sort, though, that are like you want to keep them a certain way. You don't just use Pokemon for fun unless you're okay losing an optimal setup of sorts. Because of that, there's some sort of balancing that needs to be done every time they add new Pokemon. They can't just add them for the fun of it. That's what kind of sucks about it. I mean, that's always important, right? But even for base Pokemon, but not as much, I would argue. I played Pokemon Sleep, Moody. I used to play Pokemon Sleep, but it's been over a year now since I left it. Not intentionally, mind you, but like, I miss it. I still get the notifications for it. I just have to like dismiss them. I don't want to remove the notifications. I still want to see them. But yeah. Let me see actually. If I have a notification for it. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, yeah, they're doing dream gifts. Look at that. You can get a dream gift once per day. You can get dream gifts that appear by Snorlax's side. Oh my god. I've been missing out on some nice holiday gifts right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's a different story. And now I'm getting more distracted by my other notifications. Oh, look at that! The Doctor Who series Stan Murray Gold soundtrack just got released on YouTube Music? I thought it was already there. Interesting. You see how I get distracted by those notifications? But yeah, I still remember the Pokemon Sleep music, you know? Bam, 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 bam. Right. It's great to have in the morning. It actually wasn't encouraging me to sleep at a better time. I wasn't doing that as much, but whenever I did, I was rewarded appropriately. And like, even when I didn't, that's a reward of sorts for sleeping. It was overall improving things, just not as much as I hoped it would, but still. It wasn't anything insignificant. Now, what's not insignificant is the ads we want to roll so we're not interrupted by pre-rolls. Let's wait a little bit. Since I ran them late last time, we still have like 7 minutes. 7+ minutes for them. Alright. Let's keep yapping. And no, we're gonna keep yapping. We're gonna keep yapping for at least 3 hours today. Oh yes. We're going for that nice minimum. Still plenty of things we can yap about. I let myself get distracted by like notifications and things. Man, just talking about it like that though. Pokemon Sleep. I just wanna get back to it so badly. On Christmas Day itself, let's do it. Which is really gonna be for the 26th when I go to sleep today. I had to ensure the phone gets really charged well. It's been weird because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I need to get it checked because usually when I try to charge it, it was already an issue that if I don't plug it into an outlet, the charging is gonna be very slow, almost non-existent. But it's having even more issues picking up like turbo power or whatever it was called to charge at an outlet. And I feel like the battery gets drained very fast, so I could try 1 day of Pokemon Sleep, see what happens from that. And then if it drains the battery too much, then yeah, we want to avoid that. I think it used to drain 20-30%, which may sound like a lot, but I mean, for what you're doing in that with that app, it makes sense that it's that much. You want to have at least 50%, 51% ideally, but I don't think it should be like a whole 50%, right? Few times would I ever do it without by having it be under 50%, because it gives you a warning when you're at under 50% battery and you try to use it. It gives you a warning that, oh, the phone may get discharged. You may want to like have it charging while you're doing this, but ooh, I feel like I'm gonna cause a fire if I have it plugged in and also on my bed. You never know how these things can work, you know? Maybe it's a superstition, but yeah. Something important to keep in mind. Let me have some more water here. I'll make sure to hydrate even more properly after the stream. I'm hydrating decently though. But yeah, all those gamified apps can be great. See, if I'm maybe gonna return to Task Hero, the thing about them is that I have to ensure each of them maybe takes care of something different that the others don't take care of, you know? There's this other one that was for reading, and specifically only for reading. Page Pods, I think it was called. Let me see, because I've yet to use it. And I have it right here. Like, rewards you for reading, like, pages in a book, pretty much. Let me see if I... Page Pods, yeah. Let me open it. Might have an update, but... Yeah. The thing is, when you add a book to it, it needs to actually exist. It needs to actually, well, not actually exist. I mean, it needs to have like the online database thing. ISBN was it called, or am I thinking of something else? So yeah. Yeah, I only discovered this later because I haven't read that many books this year, sadly, but towards the very early part of the year, it's almost been a year now, I read Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell, and I had so much fun with that, the way the storytelling type there. I gotta read some more of his books. There's even one that doesn't have that storytelling, but it's very... I like the sound of it. I forget what it was called, but it's I think a teenager or a kid in Japan. I don't remember what it was exactly, but yeah. And I should add it here. And you keep updating your progress, and from there, you do that. Of course, we want to limit things, right? We don't want to gamify things too much so that everything becomes too... You can only feel something out of it when you get the gaming reward, right? That's always the balance you need. Also, I think somebody's using a machine outside. I don't know if it's a cleaning machine or a lawnmower or even construction work, but hopefully you're not hearing it. It kind of sounds like a vacuum cleaner. But yeah, as we have the relaxed voice and everything... This is what I mean though, how excited I get. And okay, let's try to go back to the chill voice a little bit more. Especially with this song, it's a bit easier, right? Let's slow down, let's slow down. I'll have to do my best to ensure we slow down for the reading stream. But then it gets me sleepy. And I'm like, not the energy I want for the stream. I'm just looking forward to a nap after the stream. That's what it feels like, at least. That's what it feels like. Wonder if I should reduce the music volume as well. Not for now, anyway. Not for now. Because I'm waking up more and more. Just the exciting things we talk about on the stream also do that. Okay, it's almost about time we run the 3 minutes of ads. I'll be right here, though. Or actually, I might take a bio break with that, too. Since I'm having more and more water right here. But yeah, hopefully 2026 sees an improvement in all those apps. I mean, go focus with your avatar, Spirit City, Lo-Fi Sessions, those things may even apply to this, right? Spirit City rewards you for just, you know, co-working with your avatar self there, having the body doubling to an extent. That does a lot for you. Just now, the way Go does things, I do like the gamification aspect of Spirit City. Part of me wishes to have that with Go, but yeah, just it's nice to be able to just have all the furniture and just make your room and all that, and then join other people's rooms and focus there or something, right? One of these days, I'll see if I can build a big one. Maybe on this time off, a little bit of time off, I'll do that. If it really is that much time off. See, some of that work I have to do is also doing some more hours on the office job. And so, taking care of that. I have a few hours tomorrow, actually. And hours I wouldn't usually take because I'm also, like, doing the stream and all that, right? Yeah, I don't want the Friday streams to be affected. Final Fantasy Fridays. And it depends on how much time we give them, right? I still get ambitious about what we want to achieve, what we want to do with Shadowbringers and all that. But alright. Let's run the ads now on the purple dimension. And we won't BRB. I'm gonna be right here. Still yapping though. But also drinking some water and maybe letting myself be distracted by a notification or two. But for those that get it, well, we'll be right here, but also BRB. Let me see in the meantime. what I can get distracted by. All right. Oh yeah, I'm seeing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. They're talking about the Nights Festival. The limited time Nights Festival starts later today. Ooh, Nightmarin title. That looks so freaking cool. I hate that World Match is not available during Festival though. Why do they do that? Oh, the horn is like the rings that you go through with Knights. The vehicle horn. Nice. Incredible, incredible. But yeah, I don't know why they don't allow it to be with World Match also. Oh wow, somebody made a mod adding Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh into Dragon Ball Fighters. Okay. I'm getting distracted by all sorts of things here. Oh dude, the way they did that. Dude, they have the full animation of Yugi switching to Yami Yugi from the Millennium Puzzle. That is so amazingly done. What the hell? I'm gonna have to check that out later. I'm gonna have to take a look at that later. What the hell are people making there? That's really cool. But yeah, Nights into Dreams. Nights into Dreams. I definitely have a bunch of things I need to check out. So many things I need to check out soon. Regarding some news for games, some incoming things. Oh yeah, Wuthering Waves got an update today, didn't it? Man, yeah. Not that I'm like, not that I'm going to that anytime soon. I don't think so. But yeah. Oh, dude, the Command Rider Global account on X Twitter. Yeah. They made a tweet where they have Command Rider X8 from the Christmas episode of X8 here to deliver joy, but it's like the other thing that happened on that same episode. Yeah. Anyway, welcome back from the ad break. I just got distracted looking at things and oh man, they knew what they were doing. Dude, it's been 9 years since that episode. That was 2016. Anyway. Okay, give me a second. All right. But yeah, what were we talking about though? Yapping about anything and everything, all sorts of things. I'm really hoping the PC upgrade saga can happen though. Everything will be a lot better, of course, and well, yeah, Wuthering Waves will be able to happen. We still owe that to the top gifter, Elurin, top gifter of the Shadowbringers Subathon. The important thing is to be able to have that without slowing down on Shadowbringers, right? Or slowing down too much. I think if we do have the collab with him for Heaven's Turn, the New Year's event, then it's gonna replace whatever we would do for Shadowbringers that week, and it will instead be Heaven's Turn, right? You know, now I'm curious. What was my fortune? I've been getting like either kind of lukewarm fortune or a bad fortune for the fortune telling that that happens on that event. Let me see, because I have it as a screenshot somewhere. Yeah, no, I have the 2024 fortune and the 2025 fortune. Let me see, the 2023 fortune was... Give me a second here. Yeah, thou shalt experience considerable misfortune. Yay. 2024, thou shalt experience limited fortune. Could be better, could be worse. Wow, I can see the difference in graphics just from that screenshot alone. My higher Midlander face looks so different than what I'm used to now. Anyway, 2025. The screenshot must be here somewhere. But I might not have saved it. Where were we at the start of 2025? Was it still Heaven Sword? We hadn't started... Wait, no, it couldn't have been Heaven Sword. It was post Stormblood, right? And then I'm seeing I was doing the job quests in like February. Dude, I took so many screenshots on February 14. We were doing a lot of different things that day, not related to Valentine's, mind you. Oh, so many screenshots. Okay, let me see. Yes, okay. I have the fortune there. Thou shalt experience considerable misfortune. And the graphics look really weird. My face, my head on my Midlander self looks really weird. What's up with that? Already we had the graphics changed by then, right? Maybe I've gotten used to my catgirl self that I look so different. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I just get bad fortune told there, and yeah, there was some considerable misfortune this year, but I think not as much as that fortune telling was saying there would be, right? I'd rather stick to the astrology and astrology anyway. That kind of card drawing, that kind of fortune telling instead. But yeah, if it's anything like previous years, let's see how the fortune is, how the fortune telling shenanigans are. And hopefully I can get a better grip on my mouse. I think it does come down to the wrist. I think it does come down to resting the wrist on something. Even if I fear, at first it feels like it's not quite right. So let me see if I can recenter myself here. Like this, maybe? Not quite what I wanted. I end up just kind of leaning towards the right, like this, but exaggerating it a little bit, it feels like. But I feel like I'm overthinking it. But yeah, we're definitely out of like the early day voice. I don't even want to say morning voice now, but you get the point. But yeah, the year can be truly been long enough when you feel a big difference, right? That early part of the year in which Stardew Valley was still a big thing on the stream. Now it's all under the water, drowning, it feels like, as other things took priority. I would love to do a Stardew Valley stream again, but probably not gonna happen for a while. Instead, feel some mystery. Animal Crossing New Horizons with the new update coming in. I would love to do more of those. I didn't want to start maybe going back to card games, not just with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, but maybe Pokemon TCG. I found Pokemon TCG Live wasn't treating me that well, and I say specifically Live because the Game Boy game was actually kind of nice. Just as much as I love Pokemon, and as important as it is for my content, Pokemon TCG feels very limited. The meta there just overtakes everything so badly that you don't see a lot of variety with cards, it feels like. I don't know. And I want to learn Magic the Gathering, as I said, so MTG Arena is a possibility. It's great because all the collab things they've been doing are also there, I think. I don't know how many there are there, but I would love to have a Sonic deck, a Doctor Who deck, Final Fantasy deck, of course. What else have they added? My goodness. I think there are like D&D related things because it's Wizards of the Coast as well. I would love to have those. Curious to see what things there are. Actually, let me Google this. What happens if I search MTG collabs, let's say? Universes Beyond. Okay. It's always called Universes Beyond. Alright. So... yeah, it only started recently. Hasbro, right. They did Lord of the Rings. I see Hasbro and I immediately think of Power Rangers. They haven't done that, have they? I'd rather they do Super Sentai, of course, but Yeah. Oh, they did Assassin's Creed. Okay, they did Transformers. Let me see. Give me a second here. So let's have a look at it. Godzilla was there. Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. I don't know what that is. Secret Lair Godzilla Lands. That's so crazy, man. I don't see myself getting the physical cards though. As much as a card gamer, as much as I can be a card gamer or whatever, you know. I don't want to get physical cards because that can get so expensive. I hear you can do a lot with just not a lot of money for Magic the Gathering, which is nice, but still, some things get very expensive. Let's see, Godzilla's skinned cards. Yeah, skinned cards are like, it's the same card, but it just has a reskin, basically. Yeah. It's not the same as a brand new card. A brand new card is a very different story. Very, very different for sure. It makes a world of difference. It truly does. Yeah, but for example, this Godzilla card I'm looking at, Godzilla Primeval Champion, Titanos Rex. 7 and then 2-3 symbols, which I think are like land. I don't know the mechanics entirely right now, but trample, cycling. When you cycle Titanos Rex, put a trample counter on target creature you control. Like, it's originally Titanos Rex, just reskin to look like Godzilla. That's how a lot of card games were doing it. What little Yu-Gi-Oh! Did when it came to collabs was like that. But like an actual brand new card started to come later. Universes within, universes beyond. I just love this. Oh, they did The Walking Dead, apparently. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. List of feature brands. The Walking Dead grandfather in mechanically unique cards. That was in 2020, actually. They did Street Fighter. They did Fortnite, although those are only reskins. Fortnite was in Magic the Gathering. Like, okay, if Magic is in Fortnite, if anything is in Fortnite, we've seen that, but in Magic the Gathering itself, excuse me? Wow. These are all reskins, but okay. What is that? This is hilarious. Street freaking Fighter, though. Arcane. That's League of Legends, I think. Yeah. Stranger Things. Warhammer 40k. Commander decks. Transformers. Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, look at that. The actors of the movie appear as their characters on the cards. Making the drop UB in essence. And Uncharted 2. The Office collab? What? The Office collab? What are you talking about? Okay, I'm seeing it from like their wiki entry. The Lord of the Rings. Tales of Middle-earth holiday release. Creep Show. I don't know what that is. Doctor Who. Evil Dead. Okay. The Princess Bride. There's so much here. What the hell? Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. Tomb Raider. Cluedo Clue? Wait, Clue. Like... Oh, wow. It is what I thought it was. Yeah. Fallout. Hatsune Miku. I love that she's everywhere now. That's the way it should be. Assassin's Creed. Monty Python? And, okay, exclusively reskins. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What? Reskins are way too cheap, though. We've got to be able to have more, but... Monty Python and the... Oh my god, I gotta take a look at this. Hold on. Just a brief look, maybe. Brain Dead Lands featuring Andrew McLean. What? Let's see. Can I see that mountain? No, it doesn't show it here, but dude. I'll have to see more of that later. But yeah. Dwight Schrute, The Office. Okay, I see Ghostbusters, Child's Play. I don't know what that is. Marvel, Final Fantasy, SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, I don't see Sonic the Hedgehog here. I could have sworn he was there. Non-UV crossovers. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons doesn't count as that in a way. There's more that's not listed here, I think. Did I say Sonic? Did I? I don't see it here. Wait, where is the rest of it? Let me search. MTG Sonic. Yeah, there was Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. It's just or maybe it hasn't been listed on the wiki yet. But yeah. They're not some of them are reskins, I think. Some of them are not. Yeah, air shoes, for example. Swift foot boots. Makes sense that it would be a reskin of something called like that. But Amy Rose, Sonic, Shadow, like, yeah, Shadow is in Radical Highway for the card art. Yeah. For a while, I've always wanted to get into MTG, but never felt like I had the time, and now I feel like, okay, I gotta make the time somehow after these collabs. But I want to learn it with the default cards as well, so to speak. I want to learn those as well. Commander deck, lands, land this, land that. Well, hopefully, you know, we have a nice MTG Arena stream where we feature great things on the stream. I would love to do that. Give me a second. Just taking a look at things here. But yeah, just good old cards, right? I would love to get the physical cards. And what's great about MTG is that there's this platform. I forget what it's called, but you can probably tell me in the chat or comments, or I'll probably be reminded of that somewhere. I might have it written down somewhere, where you use a webcam. I don't really have a way to set that up, but I might see if I do. Wouldn't be for the stream. I would just do it off stream because it would be difficult otherwise to do it on stream for me, but you set up a webcam of sorts, or maybe even your phone camera, and you use your physical cards, and it's able to see the cards you're using. And you play with other people online like that, and it's really cool. So that can be fun. More card games should do that. Hell, if there was some way to do that with tabletop dice for TTRPGs, that would be great. So that I can have funny rocks feel nice in my hand, you know? It can be fun. Yeah, for those gamified systems that I talked about, I've been using those as well. But I also have some playing cards that I've been trying to use here and there. I did this thing where I sort of assigned a Sentai to each of the playing cards for playing cards like for poker and stuff. They are 52 and 54 with Jokers, and there are 49 Super Sentai across 50 years. So because I still have Lupin Ranger and Pato Ranger together as one for this. So I assign extra things like Spider-Man, Power Rangers is a thing that then gets its own sub system, let's say, and some other extra things, Akiba Ranger, for example. I'm hoping to do more with that in the future, but like I draw a card, it's assigned to something, and then I just play like the music in the background from that series or something like that. Something of the sort. Or hell, play an episode from that series in the background. That can be fun. But yeah. That sort of thing. I like doing that sort of thing. I'm an obsessive maniac like that. I feel like it's a hyperfix, and it may die down, but hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm hoping to do there's actually this West Marches like server I joined for D&D. I haven't done much in there though. I don't know if I will, but I'm hoping. And creating a character and then taking part in it. There's a lot of text role-playing, but they have a lot of regular session role-playing as well. What's great about it is that you can just choose any time that's good for you. That is available for others, of course, but there's all sorts of times you can agree to, and all sorts of different DMs and all that. Maybe West Marches are the way to go for the busy adult, right? I would love to commit to D&D sessions or whatever. You know, and by whatever I mean other tabletop games. I still want to play Vampire the Masquerade. Haven't been able to play a single session of that ever. But you know, it's hard to find the time and make sure it's like the same time every week, and you're doing at least 3 hours of that. I'm already doing that several times per week for streams, right? Sometimes even longer. So with the office job having potential hours increased, that's gonna be even busier. It's gonna get even busier, and I'm gonna want to rest and all that. Though in a way, sometimes in a D&D session or something like that, you can rest because many times the other players are doing their thing, are doing their turn, and you can just sit back and wait. Of course, I still pay attention, but like I can chill, right? I can chill mostly, unless I'm streaming and I'm in my full 3D self like this or something, right? Ideally, if I do more tabletop sessions, they would be streamed as well. I would like to do them with other VTubers or streamers or something, but that's even harder to find or put together. I don't want to put it together myself because that would be a lot of extra work for something that yeah, see, if anything, that is something I would call a hobby rather than a non-hobby, something more like a job, right? If we start making content out of it, though, good stuff, good stuff. But I wonder if it's a hyperfix, man. It sucks to have to switch from hyperfix to hyperfix and all that, and I would hate to then stop doing those things. But if it does feel like a chore, then yeah, we gotta stop, we gotta stop. Earlier this year, I was with a huge hyperfix for professional wrestling, which I've always loved and I still love mostly, but also I haven't bothered with it that much lately. I will make sure I watch Wrestle Kingdom this January 4. Wrestle Dynasty, they probably still have afterwards, I think it was called, or I forget it, but now it's a 2-day show and then 3 days with the Korakuen Hall thing afterwards. But Hiroshi Tanahashi's last match is gonna happen, so I gotta watch that at least. I gotta make sure I watch all of that. It's gonna be very important. Yeah. It's probably, I think it's on the January 4th show itself. It's Kazuchika Okada as the last match. Traditional Okada with Gedo as his manager. It's really amazing. But like the hyperfix was insane. Even was going into combat sports a little bit, watching a bit of them. That died very fast. But it was good because I got acquainted with like the rules of boxing, of MMA, and I didn't really know much about that. But yeah, the hyperfix has ended. I'm not bothering with pro wrestling that much anymore, and Japanese pro wrestling is so freaking cool. I was getting more into Mexican pro wrestling as well. And it was great because when the CMLL did the collab event with Pokemon Legends CA, Pokemon, but also specifically Pokemon Legends CA, and the reason why my Holucha is called Mystico, yeah, that was the tail end of the hyperfix for me, basically. But it was great because I was already like getting into it by then. But yeah. You would think I'm more into Lucha Libre because of all the masked wrestlers, making it resemble Tokusatsu even more, arguably. But I prefer it when championships are more important than the mask or the hair, personally. And yeah, it's a bit different there, at least in CMLL. And then AAA is another Mexican promotion, but I generally don't like the style of how AAA does things, personally. And now it's a bit different too, also with WWE doing its thing. But yeah, that was the thing this year. Here and there, that hyperfix shows its face. I did get to watch a bunch of the G1 Climax, which was great. There have been so many tournaments this year. I watched as many of those as I could. Stardom, with a name like that, you would think I'd be more into Stardom, right? I need to get more into it. Some really great things in there. Saya Kamitani, one of the top wrestlers of the year. Absolute goth baddie that just kicks ass. She's the best, she's the best. And her entire group hate. Bunch of goth baddies taking over the entire promotion. It's fun stuff. But there's a group called Cosmic Angels. I do love them just from that name alone, and they're really cool. But yeah, there's been a lot going on, a lot of those tournaments. I'll see if I keep up with them some more in 2026, we shall see. Gotta get more into that. Pro Wrestling Noah, all of the cyber fight stuff, DJPW, DDT always with their shenanigans and their insanity. What was it that a VTuber actually got a championship? Because it's the Iron Heavy Metal Weight Championship that even inanimate objects can win that. So they found a way to... What? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else, but... A VTuber that's like, you know, in the screen when they're in a con or something, they kind of won it. So how do you even pin them, right? They found a way to do it. But like, you gotta be careful when you pin someone for that, because instead, you may have your weapon or your championship win the championship instead. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. The Iron Heavy Metal Weight Championship has the distinction of being a title that is defended 24/7, which is a concept that's been done before. Even WWE has done it, but never to this extent, and never continuously for so many years and so consistently. So yeah, it's great. I think when they've had idols win it, singers in Japan win it, things like that. I don't remember who or what else has won it, but yeah. It can be defended anywhere. It's not just a ring. You just have to ensure a referee can count or, you know, acknowledge a submission. I don't know if a knockout is a thing there for that, but that sort of thing, right? That's the thing. That was a hyperfix this year, though, pro wrestling. Yeah, Stardew Valley was a hyperfix that lingered on from last year, but has died down mostly by now.
Maybe by the time I get back to it, I'll begin a new save, and that save will be for Stardew Valley Expanded, that big mod that changes so many things. That will be an important one. So, might as well make it be a brand new experience by the time I return. Kind of like how I did that new seed, that new world in Minecraft. I still want to do more mod in Minecraft. I'm just so insistent on my ambitions, at least for single player, where I want to have a world that has so many freaking mods on it. All of Cobblemon and Cobblemon adjacent mods, Sonic mods if possible. I'm surprised we don't see Java mods based on things that officially came out on Bedrock. Maybe you're not allowed to do that to some extent, because I also wanted to add Doctor Who. There's some amazing Kamen Rider mods. Shoutouts to Kelko and company who makes those, mostly Kelko. But yeah, adding all of that, and also the usual other mods that add more biomes and things like that. But there's some incompatibilities, and I can't tell what they are, because I don't really know much about modding. Still a noob in many ways in Minecraft. And I don't mind anyway. I just play it however I want. That's the thing. One of these days I will go into a server though. There was, speaking of role-playing, there have been servers where like people role-play heavily, like some heavy, well, heavy's not the word, but like roleplay, immersive roleplay. You really gotta play by rules, be in character, things like that. Like GTA recently, there's the like VTRP stuff. I don't know how that whole thing works. I don't have GTA 5 or online or what have you. I don't see myself having it anytime soon. That roleplay seems like fun, but it can also be tiring. I'd rather roleplay fantasy things or sci-fi things or something in another world, or like something less mundane, let's say. Though that can be fun too, because you're role-playing after all. The conditions are different, but I would get tired of that quicker than I would get tired of role-playing a sword and magic setting, let's say. But I would love to give it a try. Maybe by that time GTA 6 will be out, who knows? It keeps getting delayed, it's hilarious. What the hell is going on with that? We had this before we got this before we got GTA 6. We got Animal Crossing 3.0 before we got GTA 6. Let me see. I want to search. What happens if I search GTA 6 release date? What the hell is the result even going to be? Oh, 19 November 2026? It got pushed that much, huh? Okay. It got pushed that far back. Alright. I'm not sure if I believe it's gonna come out that day, but alright. I get the feeling it's gonna be pushed back even further. Probably not. It's far away enough that maybe not, but it was supposed to be this year, right? Anyway, I'm sure they're ensuring it's a high quality game. But yeah, we're gonna get Animal Crossing 3.0. But New Horizons 3.0 before GTA 6. We got an unexpected new Animal Crossing New Horizons update before GTA 6. We got the Switch 2 before GTA 6. We got, I don't know what else could apply. We got Hollow Knight Silk Song, I guess, before GTA 6. Right? And we can keep it. We got Doctor Who on Magic the Gathering. We got The Office on Magic the Gathering before GTA 6. Hope they keep doing more collabs though. I had no idea Hatsune Miku was also part of that. She's just everywhere and I love it. I love it. I love it. I need to actually listen to more Vocaloid music. My god. Better late than never, I'm late to the party when it comes to Vocaloid, I think. But yeah, and especially Kaito. I want to learn Kaito songs. Fuga Naoto. I gotta learn the Mega Ranger opening theme. Learn it more properly. And perhaps start working on covers for all of those. I did want to listen again to the pro. Give me a second, Tajigen. We're having internet issues. I am gonna murder everybody in my ISP, I swear. Oh my god, why does it have to become so dog shit? Ugh. Hold up. We're back. Thank you, Moody, for confirming that too. Oh my god, don't do this to me. It's still, it breaks my heart so much, man. I am so damn sick and tired of this shit. I am so damn sick and tired of this. Everything has been done. Ah, God, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. But there's no better option. Not really. I am so sick of it. I swear, if I could just do a lawsuit of some sort on the ISP, oh God. The problems just don't stop, man. If it's just a brief disconnection, it's not the end of the world, right? But it's like, it's usually the sign of something worse. This shouldn't even be happening. This shouldn't even be happening. But anyway, give me a second. I'm gonna make note of this because I just got myself some juicy rewards on my gaming systems. Yeah, hold on. We're not out of the woods yet. It's still dropping frames. Hold the line, Tajigen. Hold the line. But anyway, let's just carry on as much as we can. Try not to let it dampen the positive vibes we're supposed to have today. We already kind of talked about this before. Really, if it's just a hiccup like that, it's manageable. It's still it's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen, but yeah. Oh, what was I saying though? I completely lost my train of thought from that. GTA 6. I forgot. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Try refreshing, Tajigen. Try refreshing if it's not back yet, Tajigen. This is what makes me believe. A part of me, I was inhaling copium maybe, but a part of me was starting to think is the PC itself and the PC issues were also causing that. Because sometimes that figures into it. But no. I'm not doing anything heavy with the computer right now, for heaven's sake. I can play this connection like that? Nah, that ain't right. That ain't right. Too unstable. Too unstable. It's not acceptable. That kind of rhyme, though. Nice rhyme right there. But yeah, as I was saying, though, back to what I was saying about earlier this year. This is one of those things that destroyed my entire energy levels, destroyed my my mental health these last 3 months. You know, because it sucks because I will talk about this again, but a couple months ago in October, I was looking into another option for another ISP. It was looking nice at first, but then it turns out there's some issues here. There's some issues here and we can't go forward with this. And it was terrible because my hope, I got some hope. I got given hope and then it was taken away. And as the doctor said, that's enough to make anyone dangerous. That's one of the worst things that can ever happen to you, man. You get hope and then it gets taken away. It makes me want to become a... It's a villain arc right there. It's enough to become a villain. Yeah, we're dropping frames again. Hold on. Ugh! Please, not on Christmas. You're gonna get coal on Christmas. You shitty ISP. And I keep insulting them. Maybe it is something that they also can't help. They can't tell, though. They can't tell. They keep trying. They keep. We keep the texts keep coming in. They keep the poor overworked customer support people on the phone keep checking it. There's only so much they can tell. But anyway, let's hope it stabilizes. Let me have some water while it maybe stabilizes before we continue yapping. No, and like, no, it wasn't that long ago that we had a stream on the TSC Dimension that was cut short completely. Over 50,000 drop frames is what we ended up with. We had to cut it short. That was the same day we had the Superstar of Shade Radio event. And so it made me be in a terrible panic because I thought there would be internet issues during that, and thankfully there weren't. But it was like, ugh. Hajino da Silva. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is a reference to. And yeah, hello again, buddy. Hopefully nobody needed to refresh too much. But yeah, just we may explore that ISP option again. There were just some weird shenanigans that I can't get in that I can't be specific about. If it's able to work out, that's great, but the way I'm hoping to do it is that I get that service, but I don't stop the current service, because that one may not work out either, but it's supposed to be better. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. but it's also more money, you know. Right now, money is needed for the PC upgrade saga more than anything else. So yeah. At the very least, I'll need that rest also. It's your Brazilian name. The suffix "ino" means little. Is a common nickname here. Ah, it's like Taji-kun. It's like Tajigen-kun. Oh, I like that, Moody. My Brazilian name. My goodness. I'm gonna write that down. I like it. Did I say it right? Tagino da Silva? Or is it Tagino da Silva? Well, there you go. Yeah, because what would be the equivalent to multidimensional in Portuguese? I don't know if we have anything like that. May not be. Da Silva is the most common surname. That works for me. That works for me. Ah, you know what I was like thinking? Like a ño? ¿No? Okay, I think I gotcha. Tajigen da Silva. Hopefully I said it right. I don't know why I'm thinking of, I think he's from Bioman, right? I've yet to actually see Bioman, but I've seen quite a few clips from it. Biohunter Silva. Biohunter Silver. Biohunter Shirba. And Bioman, I think, aired in Brazil, probably. Chodensh Bioman. And then he was Rider Hunter Silva in Superhero Tyson. Biohunter Shirba. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Vato Bayo Kurashu Auto Chodenshi Bioman. Anyway, don't mind me getting distracted by that bad scuff. As I said, it's one thing to have PC scuff. You can fix that eventually. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of money saving, budgeting this, budgeting that, but another thing is to have internet issues that you've done everything you can to fix it and still it's not fixed. Like, damn, what the hell? And as I said, we had the internet service for so long. We've been doing this live streaming thing for a long time. And yeah, I mean, my entire time VTubing has been this internet service, and so many streams in which the frames don't drop that badly. They don't have that big of an issue. It doesn't get that bad, right? So yeah, we need more stability than this. This is 2025. You know, we need more stability. I'm not asking you to be a NASA internet. I don't know. They must have good internet, right? But yeah. But anyway, enough of like insulting the ISP. As I said, the year has had bombs, right? Some bad bombs in there. But many of those explosions have not been bombs, they've been fireworks. And so we achieved great things this year, Tajigen, and I could not have done it without you. Once again, we have reached the end of a year. Scuff has happened, struggles have happened. Troubleshooting has happened, unrelated to like ISP and stuff like that, but also like, oh, you know, this game, okay, let's troubleshoot this, let's ensure this works well. Oh, okay, shenanigans in the collab here and all that. No, yeah, well, talking a bit about the internet still, like, April, we were doing the Easter collab with Alluring, and the frame drops there got insanely bad. Yeah, like, even before it got as bad as it did recently, it just shows you how long it's been an issue, right? Oh my god, I could no longer do it on my end. It ended up being over 60,000 drop frames, and we had only been live for like an hour, I think. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. Don't think I forgot that was this last Easter. It was this year. Sadly, it was this year. Yeah, and it's one of the things that made me see, yeah, the issue still hasn't been solved. Oh my god, I'm so sick of this. And yeah. But yeah, with all that taken into account, right? Good fireworks have happened this year. With the explosions and all that. And so let's continue having good kinds of explosions. I'm that kind of hype person. I feel like I can really lean into the chill ASMR-like aspect. Just speaking chill in a certain way, having that voice, especially when we have a cozy game. Although many cozy games tend to have their excitable moments. There are moments in which the blood gets pumping crazy. But that's because I'm thinking of a Fields of Mystery or Stardew where you have a sword. I mean, you fight things. You may even have magic to fight them with. But no, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, for example, is a different story for that, right? So yeah, things are different for that for sure. But I get so easily excited, and then I get into the excited voice so much that I pivot away from this voice. Maybe more practice will make us continue having the voice like this. how much do I want to lean into it? Like, I can lean into it even harder, going like this. But I feel like for that, I gotta hold it closer to the mic like I'm doing right now, right? I just have to ensure I don't raise my voice too much, right? It works out nicely this way, doesn't it? Ooh, how close is too close to the mic, Tajigen? I like to think I'm giving you some great joy to your ears, though. I can hear it clearly on my end. What you hear on your end, I think, is clearer than what I hear on my end. Since the music sounds louder for me than it sounds for you, for example. But I know for sure it's very different. It's very different. But yeah, back to the relaxing vibes. Back to the relaxing vibes. There's other things that are maybe not related to the stream that I want to go back to in 2026. The Doctor Who journey that I was doing. There's some content I want to create to that is not that necessarily related to the stream, but I wanted to maybe have it be related to this. Yeah, here's going back to talking about the objectives in 2026. And well, it would be a bit difficult because of what I was saying about the office job, potentially getting an hour increase, so that I can get more income from that too. I still want to do more YouTube content, at the very least in the form of shorts from the stream and things like that, maybe even covers. It's just, you know, copyright this, copyright that. It's kind of murky, kind of messy, since I still don't understand a lot of how that works, but don't think I still forget how great the reception, how great the engagement has been on that Limit Break Survivor cover. That's already, oh my goodness, it's already over 3 years old. Yeah. That short cover of Limit Break Survivor, which was done in 3 languages, one of those is English, and the English version is the one that got the craziest engagement, and it still gets it to this day, I think. Though slowed down a bit recently, but yeah. We gotta do more of those short covers for sure. You still only have 60 seconds for that, but I usually like do the whole thing if it's a TV size opening. It's just on the YouTube short side of things, you're only going to see part of it, but the TikTok side of things can get more of it. That's why, you know, we gotta do it as well, so that the TikTok over there's more for you to see. Follow me over there too if you haven't already, Tajigen. I promise. Well, I don't promise. I shouldn't promise, but I'm doing my best to ensure more content will appear there. More stream clips. We have a few stream clips here and there. We gotta do more. We gotta ensure we have more going on. And I'm hoping to do more of those. There's other kinds of content I want to create as well. Some related to the games we have on stream, some of them maybe not related, but it's just, you kind of have to niche. I kind of have talked about this before. It's like some things I'll be able to do on the channel, some things I won't. And this is not the time to be like creating yet another channel, right? The Tajigen archives are there, so that's why I'm saying yet another channel. It will be like 3 channels or so now, who knows? Something like that. So that's important to keep in mind. Also, you know what? This setup I'm doing right now, having the voice like this, maybe this is the way it should be done going forward for a lot of streams, or at least for the reading streams. Now in Spanish, Moody. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año y felicidad. It's like that song, right? I think. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. If it's the song I'm thinking about, it's a funny one because it is both in Spanish and English. I wonder why. But I've heard it before. Yeah, of course. Wishing you all that. Wishing you all that, Tajigen. Yeah, I think you were referencing that, Moody. There's so many versions of that now. Yeah, there's like, I think it's probably a synthwave version out there somewhere. I want to hear that. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, and I want to hear that synthwave version. I want to wish you a synth Christmas. Ooh. Hey, by the way, there was let me check if I still have this written down somewhere. 12 Days of Superstar Christmas. We've done it before for like some songs we've sung before. I'm not gonna sing it this time, but I had it written down. See, I just went and I looked for that, and we dropped a few frames, not from internet, but from like PC performance. Nothing major, nothing to go crazy about, but it's the PC potatoification, right? Okay, look at this. On the 12th day of Christmas. Okay. On the 12th day of Christmas, the multiverse gave me 12 supernovas, 11 moglins. Wait. This was from earlier years when we were still doing things like Adventure Quest and... okay, yes, I did a version for 2024 last year. Yeah, okay. Based a lot also on what we were doing at the time. You'll see a Fall Guys reference. You'll see a bit of Doctor Who, which we didn't have as much this year, but okay. I'm just going to do the last part, which is all 12 days. On the 12th day of Christmas, the multiverse gave me 12 supernovas, 11 Jedi fighting, 10 Fall Guys sleeping, 9 idols singing, 8 stars spinning, 7 riders kicking, 6 gamers playing, 5 Mandervilles, 4 Time Lords, 3 purple spells, 2 VTuber lores, and a cup of Earl Grey tea. VTuber lores, not lords. I'm not sure if I made that sound correctly. Like VTuber lore, right? 12 supernovas, 11 Jedi fighting, 10 Fall Guys leaping, 9 idols singing, 8 stars spinning, 7 riders kicking, 6 gamers playing, 5 Mandervilles, 4 Time Lords, 3 purple spells, 2 VTuber lores, and a cup of Earl Grey tea. I'll be having some of that later. Perfect. The days of Christmas on the superstar multidimensional Xmas. A cup of what? A cup of Earl Grey tea. Tea Earl Grey hot. Because I love that. Well, yeah, and I've had no shortage of those cups this year. I have plenty of it. I was gifted some of that a lot recently. Not for Christmas. Like I've had that gift for a while. Months now. And so I keep consuming it because I just love it in the first place. Yeah, that's what it is, Moody. But yeah, overall, it's been a great year for the stream. You know, there's been a lot of battles. Mostly it's been battles against the internet. Then it really started to turn into battles against aging PC parts. Earl Purple. There you go. There is such a thing as purple tea. It just doesn't get called purple tea, maybe, if it has that. Usually it's a tea that turns blue because it uses certain ingredients. I mentioned it before on stream, kind of. Depending on your water usage, it may already turn purple instead of blue, which to me works well. Or you may need to add lemon to it, which turns it purple. Not sure how it works, but yeah. You need to have like a certain type of water, maybe. Like if you just take the usual water you take, depending on what kind of water it is, it may not turn blue. It just becomes green, which is just normal for tea, kind of. The thing is, green tea may not necessarily be green in look. Matcha is the one that's guaranteed to look green, right? But yeah, it may be more like a yellow or orange-ish. Black tea, no, it's usually a dark red. Or even brownish. No, it doesn't reach into brown. It's more like red or crimson, right? That's what it looks like. And then there's such a thing as red tea, but that one is a bit different. Sometimes they refer to like oolong, or I forget what it was as red tea, but no. Red tea, I think, is a tisane, one that doesn't actually have Camellia sinensis, the tea plant, in it. Hibiscus? Yeah, hibiscus, that might be one of the flowers that's used for a blue tea. There's a blue matcha as well. There's like some varieties that are like blue tea. That's what they get called. Still have a few of those. They probably can't turn blue anymore. It's red, right? Oh, it might be that instead then, Moody. I'm not sure. It's like anytime I see something that uses colors in its name, blue tea, or let's say green tea, black tea, I'm like, what about the other colors? Oh, there's such a thing as white tea, of course. Jin Shen Silver Needle, my favorite. Haven't had it in forever, but still my favorite. Amazing, 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 amazing. Gotta do it in Kung Fu style, though. So worth it. But, you know, where's the pink tea? Where's orange tea? Yellow tea? Oh, that's a thing as well, kind of. But, you know, purple tea? Gray tea? Where's gray tea? Earl Grey. Okay, that's close enough. Right? Where's my magenta tea? But like Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth. Okay, we have 2 blue wizards. We have 1 brown wizard, 1 gray wizard that later becomes white, 1 white wizard that later becomes many colored or black in a way. I'm talking about Saruman. Where's the pink wizard? Where's the green wizard? Where's the orange wizard? Blue, another... Well, we have 2 blue wizards, but why do we need blue? Because they're the same shade of blue, I think. We never actually see them in Lord of the Rings, at least. Radagast, we only see briefly mentioned, I think. I'm not sure. Radagast the Brown. Where's the yellow wizard? I don't know. Like, where's the other colors? Tolkien, what are you doing? But yeah, I'm the kind of kindergarten mind person, right? Does Lord of the Rings no Power Rangers? They are the ones that introduce the colors. Like, you gotta have one of every color. That's fair, that's fair. It's not Sentai. Even Sentai doesn't have all the colors usually. Or at least like 7 colors of a rainbow or so. It's usually 5 Rangers and then maybe a 6th or so, right? Q Ranger is one of the few that goes far with the colors. And another reason why it's my favorite Sentai. Surprise, surprise, the space star-based Sentai is my favorite. I think he has a brown wizard. Yeah, Radagast the brown, Gandalf the gray, then the white, Saruman the white, then Saruman the many-colored. I guess he kind of has his colors. When he turns evil, in the books, he calls himself Saruman the many-colored. I think it's meant to be this thing where he's arrogant enough to claim all the colors. In a way, he's Saruman the black. Then 2 blue wizards, I forget their names. Palion, or Palagon, I forget, something like that is one of their names. They're more obscure. He's the Rainbow Wizard, I guess so. Too bad they couldn't do that in the movie. You can just probably find gifs of that somewhere. I am Saruman the many colored. Some of them go into the funny side of it, but it's funny, it's fun. LGBT representation, yeah. But not necessarily in an LGBT way. Just as fun to have many colored things, you know, multicolored things. Hey, if you subscribe for long enough on my Twitch channel, the supernova symbol becomes rainbow. Right? It's just because colors are fun, right? It's more about a lot of colors than anything else. Of course, you're welcome in the channel, LGBT plus and all that. It's a great space. It's a good space for that. It's a safe space and all that, but just to avoid misunderstandings. It's about just funny colors because I'm a kindergartner at heart. One of these days I want to have a setting, I don't know, novels, or I don't know if I would write whole novels. I kind of have tried that before but never really done it. Or maybe a tabletop setting where we just have at least like 12 elements, each represented by a different color, and wizards for each of them. So there is indeed like a red wizard, an orange wizard, a yellow wizard, and so on, right? So we can really have that. It also, you know why I also think of that? Because Adventure Quest, the original Adventure Quest from Artix Entertainment, it has this wizard class. And when you pick it up, you also have the option to buy armors that are attuned to one of the 8 elements. And each of those is colored differently. Like each of those elements kind of has a different color to each of them. And they also each have a name. For example, for fire, you're the pyromancer. And I think your fire resistance is increased for that. Your fire damage dealing is increased. But in exchange for that, you get more damage from ice. Which is kind of not good because when you're dealing fire damage, you're probably dealing that against an ice enemy. But that's the price you're paying for having the insane output that armor can give you. They might have changed them by now. Pyromancer robes. Cryomancer robes for ice, which is a light blue. Hydromancer robes for water, darker blue. Geomancer robes, which, yeah, I think it has a lot of green for earth. Dynamancer robes for energy, which is like electricity, thunder, lightning, all of that. They're yellow. Aeromancer robes, which are gray for wind. What else? Luminomancer robes for light, which are white, but a bit of yellowish as well, if I recall correctly. Tenebromancer robes for darkness is all black. What am I missing? Are those all the elements? Fire, water, wind, earth, ice, energy, light, darkness, yeah. So that it could be those, and I would add more elements myself, personally. But yeah. Or it's like the thing I was thinking, cheese. Cheese could be an element. Oh, and then they have a void element. That's like none of those things. It's like a secret 9th element. Sometimes they get represented by bacon. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. It goes into like funny territory. A lot of what Adventure Quest does. A lot of what Artix Entertainment does. But in a really great way. I think based a lot of how the Evil Dead series did it, which is one of the things that inspired it in the first place. Like, the later movies got more into parody territory, but like, you look at something like Dungeons and Dragons and a lot of funny shenanigans happen, and it still doesn't take away from the serious moments. That's the sort of thing I love to see, for sure. But what was I gonna say? I was going into another train of thought. You may be hearing the king. That is too often for my liking. This is happening too often. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable, ISP. Oh, I don't even know who would be working at customer support on Christmas. Bless their hearts. But like, I'm not gonna call them today. My God, it's meant to be mostly a day off for me after this. I have some other work to do. But anyway, try refreshing, Tajigen. Try refreshing again, Tajigen. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna mention. Yeah, the other thing that makes me think of like all the color variants of something is Finch, because as I mentioned, they have so many colors. They have like, what are the colors that they have? Let me see if I can Google this quickly. Also, give me a second. I'm gonna close some excess tabs. I want to minimize my Firefox window a little bit here because I want to see the frames on the stream. Because it's yeah. I didn't like that kind of disconnection right there. You make Taiji do baby talk? Well, I'm talking about kindergartner things like, ooh, colors, colors, yeah. But Finch colors? Let's just search that. Well, we have Finch burp colors, but that's not what I mean. I mean the colors for outfits. Yeah, there are 235 dyes available. That's not what I mean. That's great to have too, though. But yeah. Oh wow, yeah, I found a Reddit post where somebody collected all the colors for like everything they can collect. Nice. Let me see. How many colors are they? Oh no, wait, no, that's for the dyes for like your own burb. Yeah. But well, usually like they like release pieces of furniture. Well, that include wallpapers and flooring, or actually it's mostly wallpapers. In a way, not unlike Animal Crossing, right? But they always have like the same set of colors, and the same for clothing you get. As I said, Mouse King outfit is piece by piece, but it's 3 different outfits for the theme this month. Mouse King, Sugar Plum Fairy, the Nutcracker, and they're all based on like the eponymous Nutcracker play. And each of the pieces of the outfit... Sorry, give me a second. Let me also write down... Let me also write down something here. But yeah, each of those has like... What are the colors I mentioned? Thinking about it in a rainbow spread. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. There's only one shade of blue, I think. Well, they may have like multiple shades of it, right? Green, pink, purple, brown, gray. I think it's those 10 colors. They don't have like white and black. I think it's about 10-ish colors. Let me see. I can search also for like when they do the post for the theme this month. For example, the December 2025 theme. Sooner than later, they should reveal the January 2025 theme, which is... Oh, yeah. No, there's like a teal color as well, I think. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 colors like I thought. Yeah. And it may have been those same colors I mentioned. Yeah. And like, yeah, the whole room and all that. Ooh, the January 2025 theme. What was the January 2025 theme? I started playing this game like in February, I think. Ooh, it looks really cool. It looks very chill. Oh, it's like a... Ah, it was a campsite theme. Okay, nice. See how I'm getting distracted by that. But yeah, February 2025, I think that's when I started playing. But yeah. I missed out on a few themes here and there. The November 2024 theme was a coffee shop theme. That was so great. I love that. It's like, I think pumpkin spice latte. They saw that and they made a whole theme of that, kind of. Right? And I am not complaining. But yeah, there's like 10 different colors released. I mean, that's a lot right there. That's a lot, and that's just so nice. So lovely. Wait, did I actually count 10 or am I not able to count? Well, you get the point. It's like 10 colors or so. But that you could extend it further by having different shades of green be their own thing. Lime green and then green. Lime and green if you want to keep both to one word. Cyan and blue and then teal, turquoise can be a different story, right? But yeah, this is just me thinking of some ambitious ideas for projects in the future or for something. I mean, Okumono Sosaino.site, the background we're using here is from that. They tend to offer a lot of colors for something. I could have taken this further and have it be very multicolored in the background, for sure. Of course, overall though, as fun as that all is, I still have purple as my main, my most important one. Absolutely I do. That would still be the best color. The best. Yes, the best. For yours truly, at least. Right? But part of me wants to have fun with it sometimes, right? Like I could just do a simple filter, right? It's not the same thing, but let me see, where are the filters for what is it that we did last time? Let me see. Yeah, we had this, but it changes the skin tone as well. If there were a way I could only have parts of it change, that would be fun. Let me see, what do we want to do with how do we change this exactly? Contrast? No, it's not contrast. I guess I just how did I change this? Or maybe it's a different one. I had the silhouette thing. The hat looks so weird. You can tell how separate the hat is from everything. Oh yeah, this one is cool. When I'm being a bit ghost like. Yeah, I should see if I can use this more often. Oh, this is really cool. I gotta use this more often for other things. I like it. But we also did... No, this is different. This is very different. Oh yeah, if we're going darker on something. But then this one here, was there a way to... Okay, give me a second. Yeah, this is not what I wanted to do, but it's funky. Huh. Didn't quite do it the way I wanted to, but look at this. This is kind of fun to do. It's kind of fun. Because then my skin is purple, mostly. I mean, it's still preserved in there, right? Ah, this works, this works. See, it's like, I gotta do... Oh, Taji the Grinch. Yeah, it was Grinch for a moment there. Yeah, it's the Grinch outfit. It's the Grinch skin. That's what it was. That's what it is, right? But then this blue one... Yeah, if I play a D&D character a certain way, right? You know what I want to do, right? I want to play a changeling. Because I can switch forms a lot. And I saw that there's a subclass for Druid called Circle of Stars Druid. And you can have a starry form instead of your beast form. I mean, oh, like, come on, man. Come on, man. I gotta play that. I gotta play that. I gotta play that. I gotta play that in some way or another. But yeah, this is not what I wanted to do necessarily with the color correction. Let me see if I can change other things about it. No, not this. Oh, the saturate. No. The hue shift. That's it right there. That's it right there. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Ah, there we go. More purple. The hair changes color to reflect that, but there we go. We can do the palette swap in this way, right? It can be fun. If I could find a good way to switch it up on VTube Studio or something, I would. But, you know, my VTuber Papa, shoutouts to him again, Kagiri, Tsukikagi. He did a lot in Unity because he's just that goated. So, yeah, it's not like I can really modify it. I've added like the cat ears on myself, but you can tell, well, maybe you can't, but I can, that they're on a different quality than the rest of it. After a while, it gets old for me. I think maybe looking up more into VNN or something, right? There's a filter, a redeem you can have to have it be like rainbow shades. Like it does this entire hue shift, but it does it without me inputting it manually. Oh, you know what I could do? I could play a sea elf also. That's a race too. In D&D, in the Dragonlance setting, I think it was. Forgotten Realms, of course. I love the sound of Forgotten Realms more, but Dragonlance looks so interesting with the novels. But if I play a sea elf, it would just be for the excuse that I get to like show my face like this, right? Or a goblin. I mean, I could. Let me see. What if I reduce the brightness? Okay, yeah, this is the closest we have to like a goblin or a Grinch even, but it's reducing it in a not quite in the way I want to. What about contrast? Nah. Gamma. Huh, well, this kind of works. This kind of works, I think. Yeah, but mostly we return these to defaults. To the defaults. Oh, now it's a bit too bright, actually. Why is it so bright? Wait, let's put it back in defaults. There we go. And saturation. Right, because that... Okay. So if I change it without changing the saturation... It's more subtle. For some of these, it works better. Yeah. Here, you may not even notice, if you don't know me enough, if you don't know my usual shades enough, that there's a huge shift going on here, right? But this one is fun. This one is fun. I like what I'm doing here. There's some races where this can apply. I just don't have... I just maybe add some props to add... I don't know. This could be like a Dragonborn. So a lot of Dragonborns are like this. I just don't look scaly enough, but it may work. You know me, I'm the kind of manic that also wants to play every class and every race at least once or something like that. But anyway. And then some nice blue like this. I'm also looking into what it's doing to the... Okay, you know what? I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take this off and see what it looks like for the rest of this. Because usually I'm going to be without that blanket. Yeah, not as much purple now. But it's there in the skin, the outfit. Increasing saturation like this does more like that. I would prefer it to be a more subtle kind of purple like this. Seriously, the fun I've had kind of modifying this in like Photoshop just for the fun of it. I can be so simple. It's like that thing I kept saying that if I could change the Pokemon timeline, I'm gonna go back to my default self. If I could change the Pokemon timeline, and I mean, you know, IRL, outside of the games, I would make it so that starting in Gen 3, we don't just have one shiny, we have like at least 6 different variants to every Pokemon. One of them is still a shiny and it's like rare to find, but the other 5 are like common. Maybe there is one that's the most common and that's the signature one, but it's only like by a 10% increase compared to the others, let's say. And you gotta catch them all. You really gotta catch them all in a way, right? That would be so much better, especially for those that have shinies that could look better. Maybe there's a pattern change instead of just a palette swap, right? I'm a simple maniac. I'm a simple boy. I see a palette swap for something in the game and I'm like, oh, that's new and nice enough, right? Yeah, I think in some classic RPGs, for example, goblins, they start off with that green skin, you know them by. Later goblins, they may even be called hobgoblins or who knows what. They have purple skin, they have blue skin, they have that difference, right? The higher level ones have that going on. So yeah, that's what's going on there. But alright. I'm going to take the mic a bit farther away. I'm speaking more in my usual normal way now. It's nice, yeah, sometimes 3 hours into it, boom, I wake up even more. Yeah, I could see myself going deep into the Shadowbringers quests like this, Legend CA, stuff like that. Oh yes, oh yes. But we should put a pause on all that before we go back to it at the start of this coming year. Which again, it's not gonna be that long. It was shorter than I thought it would be, but again, assuming we are completely returning to content creation activities on the week that starts on the 5th of January, that is on a Monday start, at most I'm gone 2 weeks from streams, you know? And the return to content creation activities is meant to also have the TSG streams as part of that, though some things may be different regarding that. but mostly I'll rest as much as I can. Yeah, like my office job, fully returning to that on that week as well. So that's why, yeah. That's why it's important for me to rest what I can rest. Just take it easy, just being super casual about things, super casual. I may be going into some games or something, playing them, but I'm gonna be like extremely casual about them. Because as I said, I still want to do some things off stream in F14. Still very important for me to do those. But alright, Tajigen. With that, I think we should wrap up this last stream of the year. That's also why I wanted to take off the blanket. Let's finish it in this normal way. I'll keep the holiday hat on because damn it, it's the time of year for that. Yeah. It's been a great year. It's had its ups and downs, just like the couple little disconnects that happened in the middle of the stream here. They shouldn't be happening. It sucks that they happen. That's not right. I still hate it. But at least they're manageable if they're just gonna be very occasional like that. I don't know. Ugh. I hate that they happen. But in the middle of all these bombs, many of these explosions have been fireworks, is the way I keep phrasing it. And supernova explosions and lovely things like that. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. I wish I would be doing more regarding the holidays and all that, but this year, yeah, I'm taking it easy on my end. Well, again, also doing some other work I gotta do, but hopefully being able to take it at a chill pace, all things considered, because things are gonna get super busier for me with those hours increased on the office job, so that the PC upgrade saga can happen faster, hopefully. Unless other shenanigans come up that require me to spend my money. You never know, you never know. I gotta get some money for the DLC for Legend CA. I have it right now, but you know, it would set me back a bit on the PC upgrade saga that I want to do. But my dear Tajigen, as we end on the last stream of the year, it won't be that long before you see me again live on stream. I'll still be around. I'll still be saying things on social media and all that. Also, yeah, on X, Twitter, what I do for my tweets, especially for going live tweets and all that, is going to change a little bit. Yeah, things are going to change because things are very different there now. More changes are happening there. But more on that later. I'll talk about it there, maybe. Thank you so much for another fantastic year with me, Tajigen. We have kept growing. Some things have been reduced in size. Some things that grew, okay, they took some steps back maybe. But overall, growth has happened. Do I still want it to be more than this? Of course I do. Of course I do, and I still want to do it like that in 2026. When it comes to that early part of the year, though, I don't have any specific plans or any specific major events. Maybe we have Heaven's Turn incoming with Alluring, probably. Things like that. So watch out for that. Continuing Shadowbringers and Legend CA, that's still in the plans right there. And hopefully doing more stuff like card games and cozy games again. Maybe even Fall Guys, though I don't think so. I get the feeling at this point Fall Guys is gonna be too heavy on the PC, seriously. PC upgrade saga is the biggest thing. And working as hard as I can on the office job for that. Without, you know, destroying my mental health either. The mental health of my many minds, many cosmic minds combined. But thank you so much, Tajigen. Thank you, Moody, for being here on the stream. Thank you, all of you, if you lurked today. If you were here in any way whatsoever. Not just on this stream, but on the streams we've had this year. We've done a lot. I could go into more detail about all the streams we did and all that, but we talked about these things enough. And I could go on and on yapping, but I'll end it right here. The next time I see you live on stream will be in 2026. Yeah, because I don't think I'll even do a gorilla for this. If I do a gorilla, it will already be 2026, but I don't think so, since the time is gonna be so short. Before we are supposed to completely return to content creation, so watch out for that, alright? It's probably January 7th or January 9th for the next live stream. Maybe a TSZ stream before that or so, but I'll let you know about that as well. Regular schedule will be published and all that. But as for your dear multidimensional maniac superstar, that's it for 2025. So with this, I want to wish you more happy holidays. Merry everything to every Niana, to everyone, to all of you. Thanks for spending your time with me if you're watching live, if you watched live, or not that long after the VOD got published. On your Christmas day, if it is Christmas for you. If you care about celebrating that in any way whatsoever. On your Frostfile day, what have you, right? It's been lovely. It's been lovely, and I hope to bring you more lovely streams like this. As I said, the reading stream, all the things like that are pending. And Happy New Year. Happy early New Year as well. I'll probably do like a post, a tweet, or something like that for the new year, as usual. But it won't be live on stream. Thank you so much for a fantastic 2025, Tajigen. Here's to making 2026 even greater. Let's hope the PC upgrades happen. Let's hope even the live to the upgrade happens and boom, a full VTuber debut. Can you imagine that? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Let's keep doing more major events, alright? We had great major events this year. My goodness. Yeah, I didn't even talk about, again, Superstar of Shade Radio we did recently. Oh, also, we're not gonna rate on the Twitch dimension. Just you know, we're ending it here like this. Yeah. Just some nice, you know, talk show appearances also this year. Let's see, we have more of those or other major events. I still owe you another full cover sooner than later. So we'll see if that happens. There is, I'll tell you this, there is a group cover I'm a part of that hopefully gets published soon. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. But alright, my internet is getting funky again. ISP is getting funky again, so before it cuts me off, I'll end it on my own terms. Thank you so much, Tajigen, for a fantastic 2025. Hope to see you in 2026. Happy New Year. I love you all. お疲れ様でした。